The 3Daddy podcast is brought to you by viewers like you. If you want to learn how you can support the three greasy daddies, head to patreon.com/Mavizzle. Thanks for tuning in. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of the 3Daddy podcast. I am your gorgeous host, Mavizzle, and I am accompanied by two young, greasy studs. To the left of me, or to the right of me, I guess, yeah, to your right, we have Craw Daddy, who is now in glorious HD with a real microphone.
Woo, let's go! Y'all can actually fucking hear me now.
Yes, you can actually hear the Craw Daddy now. So this is a real conversation, and beneath the two of us, he's underneath both of us right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's the most greased up daddy out of everybody. It is the Jesus, the death metal right Jesus, now. Dirt Riffs.
What's up, y'all?
Smoking a cigarette,
Oh, yeah.
he looks like straight up, you look like Jay right now from Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies. Dirt Riffs and Craw Daddy are in his
You know what's funny about that is I have been told that I look like a combination of Jay and Silent Bob.
I could see that. I was like, he looks like somebody, but like I never
like
made
they
that
had a
comparison
heterosexual life partner, baby.
He is Jay and Silent Bob.
Morphed
That's
into one.
Great.
Dirt Riffs himself.
Yeah, man. So we're here with another episode of 3Daddy podcast. If you haven't tuned in yet, so last week, Craw Daddy was out of commission. He was.
Oh my God! No,
I don't know what he was doing.
We don't know. We don't actually know.
I don't actually know what he was doing.
But we like to assume
that was good though. That was a good.
That was good.
But yeah, no.
He's like low key. Nah,
not even.
She's all watching.
Bruh, come on.
No, right. Sorry, I had to throw it out there.
But yeah,
sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Pause.
We're just busting your balls.
Let's start over.
I'm gonna end up
Let's
in the
start
dog.
No, so last week, Craw Daddy was away, and we had a special guest. We had Taylor from Cult Collectibles, who is an official sponsor of the 3Daddy podcast.
Woo!
And we had a pretty cool conversation. If you haven't seen last week's episode, make sure you take a look at it after this one. We talked about the ultimate thing to eat, the ultimate thing that you can eat. And
what's that?
If you had to survive it, we can't give it away. They have to go back and watch.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Y'all have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, they'll have to go back and watch it. But like, if you had to eat, it was a pretty good we did hypothetical questions.
Yeah, that was good.
And yeah, we're like, if you had to eat one human being, like who would it be? So like, to survive, like you have to choose one person. So that I got some interesting answers from you guys, and I liked it. And then we talked about Colts. He's a specialist on Colts, and there's going to be an ad that runs later for Cult Collectibles. But yeah, we had a great episode last week. Taylor's a cool ass dude, and Andrew's wang is still sore from last week, so take it easy on him, guys. Watching this
for real. I'm fucking. I went downstairs just now to get an ice pack for my wang,
and it dragged against the stairs, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It's hella sore.
Carpet burn. Yeah.
Dude, carpet burn is the worst.
Yeah, he gets.
And I don't even own carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sucks. He uses one of those those like hose rollers that they have like on the outside of houses for the old school hoses. You like has the little thing. He used to walk around with one of those, but like his shit is so sore he can't even use it right now. So it's just dragging.
For real.
Yeah.
I had to put it in the closet for today.
Fucking shame. So last week, here's another thing that I want to mention too on here. Last week, Craw Dad actually showed up right after the episode ended, and we attempted. Now, me and Dirt Riffs were absolutely shit-faced. We were attempting to record. We were attempting to record the first episode of 3Daddy Extended. What's that, you might ask? 3Daddy Extended is the new Patreon exclusive show that where when we finish recording this, we continue on another topic. That topic is not safe for YouTube, so it's a
off
lot
air.
crazier. Yeah, it's a lot crazier. So fucking, we're gonna be talking about some pretty crazy shit tonight. I'll hint at it in the fucking end of this episode, but the only way you can watch 3Daddy Extended is over on Patreon. But yeah, what I want to say is I was so fucking hammered drunk. I busted out the tape measure, and you remember? I was that fucked up, and we were so drunk we couldn't even air that shit. It was just bad.
Yeah, we just decided to scrap it.
It wasn't.
It's never gonna see the light of day.
I still have it on the computer.
You still have it?
If enough people, if this video gets 100 likes, I will post that unaired episode on Patreon exclusive. I will.
Better yet, you can send that to us when we all decide to go to AA.
Yeah.
That's who.
Yeah, we can literally use that video. All right, Logan. You got fucked up last week. Now.
Yeah, I did.
Didn't you say? Well, am I putting you on blast if I go into?
No, go for it. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. I felt fine.
Didn't you say you ended up on the floor for 4 hours last week?
I did. Okay, so after we ended the extended cut, I went upstairs. I hadn't had 240s since I was a teenager.
Damn.
And I remembered real fast why I don't drink more than 140.
I'm guessing 40.
It might sound kind of weak. But 40s are strong, man. 40s are strong.
40s kind of remind me of like Four Locos in a way.
Dude,
guessing it's the equivalent to that.
I definitely ejaculated my bowels through my mouth. And fell asleep on the bathroom floor for about 4 hours.
Wild.
5:30 in the morning, I woke up, took my contacts out, and went to bed.
Savage.
You know it.
Did you get the burned-in images in your eyes, like when you looked around when you woke up?
Honestly, I can't really remember.
Have you ever had that when you're hungover?
Yeah.
Like
you brought it up before.
I have to. So for that to happen, I got to be drinking like a bunch of different types of things in one night. Like I got to be going hard.
I'm not alone. So all I would, because when I told that story, I was sitting there thinking, fucking like, one of these guys is gonna be like, oh yeah, Mavizzle, that happened to me, and like nobody did. And I was
so
like,
you thought something was wrong.
I was like, my liver is done.
Yeah,
like
his liver is just like eradicated at this point.
No,
shivered up.
I mean, Chico State, man. That's all I gotta say. Chico State, couple years, a lot of fun. I would never trade it for anything.
Yeah.
Except for a couple more years.
Dude, the fact that like I know the backstory behind that's hilarious.
I will tell you this. I would trade it for a brand new liver.
I would trade it for Mr. Beast to come here right now and say, I'm going to give you $10,000 and a brand new liver. all you got to do is hang on to this rope for fucking 20 hours.
Dude, I can't believe you rejected that offer from Mr. Beast. How could you?
Oh, yeah. No, so I had on the 3Daddy Extended, I was fucking with these guys. I was so fucked up. I said, yeah, this dude came up to me in the middle of a fucking what was it, in the middle of a shoe store at a mall, and he said, you can use this card for anything, and I was like, get away from me, you fucking weirdo, I don't know who the fuck you are. And they were like, oh yeah, it's some kid trying to do a prank. I'm like, yeah, he said his name was Beast something, and fucking Logan was like, he was so drunk, he was like, Mr. Beast, like, you fucking said no to Mr. Beast. Like,
we could have been instantly rich, and Mavis just screwed it all up.
I've been watching, so I don't know if all the viewers know who the fuck. I mean, if you're watching us and you don't know who Mr. Beast is, like, what are you doing on YouTube?
You went through the YouTube the wrong way.
For real.
You went through the back door.
You went through the ass of YouTube.
Yeah, you went through the ass end of YouTube.
Yeah.
Go back to the beginning and start over.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Watch
Mr.
us
Beast
and like us and subscribe first.
I'm gonna explain Mr. Beast though, for the people that don't know Mr. Beast. He's this dude that fucking has an ungodly amount of money, and he actually does good shit and just goes out and just gives people money and does crazy giveaways on his channel, and fucking it's insane. I've never seen anything like it. fuck, I could really use a Mr. Beast in my life right now. But you know what? I mean, that's like saying I could win the fucking lottery. Like, it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? It only happens to like pieces of shit. Like, or like, well, in
Real
Mr. Beast's case, he
train
gives it
wreck
to people
dumpster
that
fires.
need it. Yeah, real.
Yeah.
Well, I am a fucking
Yeah.
train wreck fucking dumpster fire. So,
We just
That
got to be in
makes
the
it
right
three
place
of
at the right
us.
time, man.
but I'll tell you this: I am a train wreck dumpster fire who only drinks the best beer. So the only beer that we drink now after Dirt Riffs experience last week, and this is something I've been cooking on for a long time. This is the only thing I will drink is Stone IPA.
Oh shit.
Stone Brewing is literally, yep, Dirt Riffs right there has a mug full of Stone IPA, and it's absolutely delicious. This is the best beer. This is the best beer that they have. Oh, do you have a Stone in there?
Maybe. No.
Stone
does he?
IPA. Stone IPA is the best beer that I've ever had in my life. I've been drinking their Arrogant Bastard Ale. I've been drinking I also have some Stone Delicious IPA. I always say the only thing more delicious than a Stone IPA is a Stone Delicious IPA. 6.9%, absolutely delicious fucking beer. And when you have a shitty day and you come home and you're like, hey, you know what? You open up the fridge and all you have is a bunch of piss, in your fridge, like piss beer, because you had.
Okay.
So check
I thought you
this
meant
out,
actual
though.
piss.
No, so say your brother-in-law just had a party at your house, right? And not only is he banging your sister, and you had to have a party. Like your brother-in-law had a party at your house for a gender reveal. So he celebrated banging your sister at your house, and then he fills your fridge with piss beer. Right?
Not cool.
What kind of predicament are you in? It's a
Child support.
It sucks. You don't want to get down.
You're going to be
but
paying child support.
That doesn't happen to me though. You know why? Because I drink fucking Stone IPA, and I always make sure my fridge is fully stocked with Stone IPA. I never have a shitty experience.
Oh yeah. What's it called? I need to find a charger real quick. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. So, Dirt Riffs.
Oh.
This week we got some really tasty topics to talk about. I think we're gonna start. Have we started with you?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I think if you think we haven't, then we probably haven't. So what I want to do today is go counterclockwise. I want to start it with you, and then we'll go up. Is that a person or a fucking cutout of Bob Ross on Craw Daddy's fucking screen?
You know, I saw that and instantly saw a person. Let's wait for it to move.
That's Bob
Oh.
Ross.
That's Bob Ross.
Get over here. Get
Yeah,
over
come
here,
on.
Craw Daddy. Come to me.
What the fuck are you doing?
Come.
He's luring me back in.
Oh, God. The fuck you doing with fucking Bob Ross up in there? Why is there a Bob Ross cutout in there?
Oh, that belongs to the legendary Dr. B himself.
Oh, dude. Hey, man. I
Oh.
gotta say, Dr. B is one of the most positive people in the comments on our fucking show, and
Dude, for
real
real.
avid viewer. Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. B, for all your support.
We
Daddy.
appreciate the support, Dr. B.
I would rather have a Dr. B in my life than a Mr. Beast.
Dude, definitely.
100%.
Any day of the week.
Wouldn't trade him
100%.
for anything.
Nope.
But
I
yeah,
should
so
go check that album out.
we were just talking about the organization of this week's episode. So we're gonna start with Dirt Riffs with his topic. So, and then we're gonna go counterclockwise. So it'll be you next. So Dirt Riffs, what is your topic, Daddy?
All right, Daddy. So my topic this week is coronavirus.
Oh shit, that's
And
something
I-
I haven't heard about in a few years.
That's why I bring it up, because
Why?
to be completely honest, full disclosure, I have no idea right now if I have it or not.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I can tell you, I can diagnose you right now. I know you don't have it
Because I'm here drinking beer.
because it's not real. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All of the I'm just kidding.
Guys, don't
everyone.
get vaccinated. Don't get
No,
vaccinated.
shut up, shut up. It's a joke. That was a piss take.
Yeah,
Joke, it's a joke.
That
it's
was a real
joke.
piss take. I'm kidding. No, that coronavirus is real. It sucks. I have
does.
had it. I
I've had it-
fucking
Yeah.
I want to talk. Fuck, we're talking about coronavirus. I want to talk about that whole era of COVID because
That's what I'm saying. Because like we're a whole. Let's just put it like this: we're a whole high school careers away from when that happened. Pretty much.
fuck, you're right,
It is
dude.
2024, my friend. We are
It-
4 years
It
away
was
from when that
2020
started.
when that happened. That's so insane because I'll never forget this. So
It's
I
still
go,
so fresh.
So I go to Safeway. I knew coronavirus was going to happen before it happened. And
Right.
here's how
As a
I
lot
know.
of people kind of thought they did.
Well, no, I really knew like 100% it was going to happen. So I live in the Bay Area, right? And I'm fucking trading stocks at that time. So I was super like I had this job where I wasn't making shit, and I read this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I recommend that book to everybody.
I know the book. I never read it, but I know the book.
Yeah. So fucking I read this book and it makes me think fucking okay, I need to start investing in stocks or whatever. It's my only way out of this situation where I'm not making fucking money. So I fucking go and fucking start investing in stocks. I start watching the news like fucking crazy. And I learned that at one point, if you have your ear to the ground with the stock market, like if you're paying attention to all of that kind of shit, you have a good grasp of what's going on in the world.
Right.
You know, like what's going down in the fucking
Financially,
world.
at least, yes.
Well, here's the thing.
From an economic standpoint, for sure.
Well, here's what I learned is that money influences everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if there's some shit that's serious that's happening, what's the thing that always matters all the time?
Money.
Money.
The
It
economy.
always matters. Everybody
Yeah, no
cares
matter what.
about money. The most important thing in the back of all of our minds as adults, we're like, fuck, how much money do we have? It's like a thing that's everybody's worried about. So
Mhm.
when in 2020, I want to say it was like January, they froze the Chinese stock market. And it was in the news. It said there's a virus that is spreading rampant through China. They're shutting all sorts of shit down, and the stock market froze. So that means, and people have money in China, like big money,
Right.
And especially people that are trading stocks. Those people have hundreds of thousands of dollars put into the stock market. You know,
Right.
millions of dollars, billions of dollars are in this stock market. So they froze that shit. Nobody could take money out. Nobody could put money in. Nothing was going up. Nothing was going down. And they froze it.
See,
for
that
like
makes it hard.
They
Mhm.
froze it for a solid 2 weeks. The reason they did that, they said there's so much fucked up shit with this virus right now. We're afraid that people are going to panic and pull all their money out. So when I saw that happen in January, and I know how the US has been, you know, with like travel and shit. I mean, people from the US travel to China all the time. Like it's
Right.
a fucking
common
vacation
thing.
spot.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to China to fucking
And not only it's a
vacation.
vacation spot, but people go there on business all the time.
That's the other thing too, business. And so fucking being, you know, in the Bay Area where there's a lot of travel. We're like the closest. The Bay Area and LA, I would say, are like the closest there. Like if anything, there are flights that are landing, you know, in the Bay and then going anywhere else through the US. I was like,
Right.
this is going to be the first place this virus is going to come. Of course, the first few fucking cases were up in Sacramento Airport, people passing through, SFO, San Francisco Airport. That shit started spreading. So I go into my office. I worked in an office where there were like fucking 50 of us, dude, in little cubicles, like in one room.
Oh, I
And
remember you told me this story.
I fucking go in there and I go, look, I was like, this crazy fucking virus is about to come. This crazy virus is about to come and it's about to fuck up everybody. A lot of people are going to die. I got talked to. I was talking to the person.
I
in the
remember the
cubicle next
story
to me.
now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got talked to by
Nobody
my manager.
believed you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they all said you're
They
crazy.
thought it was a scare thing.
Yeah, you're afraid of the world ending.
They're
or
like, get
whatever.
off TikTok.
Yeah, like they thought I was tripping out. And I'm like, no, dude, like I'm doing this shit. There was a subreddit that got formed and it was it was a race. It was the name of it was racist. They called it China flu, and that's fucking crazy. But that was the name of the fucking subreddit, and I was going in there, and every time there was a new story, they eventually changed it to coronavirus when it got an official name. But that was where it was just updating all the stories of like the shit going on, the videos of the people dying, and there's actually a documentary. I think it's on Disney Plus or Hulu now, and it's like an actual like doctor like on ground zero, like when the shit broke down and they had to like lock people out. They're wearing full body suits because they don't know what the fuck this thing is, and it was terrifying.
Yeah,
and yeah, I go and tell them, and they wouldn't fucking let me. They wouldn't let me work from home. And I was like, look, like all I have to do, I can take my computer home, connect through a VPN that you guys set up or whatever. Cause they had a couple people that worked from home that like were on disability or whatever. And it was the only way they could work. And I'm like, look, just let me take this home. What's going to stop me from doing this? And I was supposed to get married on March 21st. So I go, the week before March 21st, they shut down Las Vegas, and they canceled the Warriors game. They canceled the NBA season damn near. They said, yeah, we're stopping the NHL. We're stopping the NBA season. Everything was stopping because it's fucking virus. And I fucking go and tell my boss, I'm like, look, like, you know, I think you guys need to start planning on getting everybody to work from home. You're going to lose a lot of employees. You need to find out now who can and who can't do it, or you're going to lose a lot of money. And they fucking told me, aren't you going to Vegas next week? And I'm like, no, Vegas is shut down. Like, I am literally going to stay home for a week. I don't know what I'm going to do on my vacation time. Like, so fucking, the next day I get an email from the company, and the email says, we have all been ordered by the state of California to leave the office. Everybody needs to go home. And everybody fucking went home. And they shut down everything for 2 weeks. And I get a call from my boss. 3 days later, I get a call from my boss. And I remember this because I had my wedding money. I was supposed to I had like $2,000. You know, I was gonna go get hitched. I was I was a lot younger, and I was just ready to go get hitched, and had like maybe $2,000 in my name. So I go to Safeway, and I'm seeing this as a vacation kind of, because I'm like, well, I'm going on vacation. You know, like I was supposed to have a week off. So I was like, let's go stock up on fucking pizza and beer and fucking like frozen pizzas. I was like, frozen pizzas, beer, and some other bullshit, White Castle burgers, like the frozen ones, like just a bunch of bullshit me and my wife are grabbing. And then this lady sees me, because people were running through the fucking store panicked at that point, right? Like, I remember masks and all this shit. I didn't have a mask on yet. I'm just like grabbing my shit, and this lady goes, "That's how you're gonna survive the apocalypse, with pizza and beer." And I'm like, no, like this is like my vacation. Like, I'm going on vacation for a week.
Yeah, you don't understand, lady.
Like, this is what I normally do.
I planned this.
Yeah, so I go home, and fucking 3 days go by. My boss calls me up, and they're like, "Hey, you were right." And I'm just like,
told you so.
I was like, this is terrible. But here's the funniest part. Here's the funniest part. So the week before I finished working, it was probably like a Tuesday at that point. And I told my wife, I don't want to get anything before we get married. I don't want to get a cold. I don't want to get this cold or this whatever, this flu shit, this coronavirus shit. I don't want any of this shit. I was like, going to Target and buying all the Airborne, the Airborne tablets. You like put in your shit, whenever you feel a little thing, you drink an Airborne, feel better. So I fucking went and bought all the Airborne and hand sanitizer. And this was like before,
before everyone else did.
There's this poor like 16-year-old girl working at the Target, and the Target's empty, bro. There's nobody there. And I like put all this shit on the counter, and it's going through, and she scans everything. She's like, "That's a lot of hand sanitizer and Airborne." I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you should stock up on it too. There's still some over there. This virus is about to shut everything down. Like, it's going to be crazy. And she looks at me and laughs and goes, that would never happen in the US. And I guarantee you I fucked her life up when I said that, and probably broke her fucking whole
remembers this.
perspective on it.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
gonna remember that for the rest of her life.
She's gonna remember
bro.
that. She's
'Cause
gonna remember that.
That was literally like me telling her, like, yo.
So
Get
here's my
ready.
thing though. Here's why I make it my topic. First off, like I said, I don't know if I have it or not right now. I do feel like shit, but I don't feel like the first time I got COVID, I felt way worse.
You look
Yeah.
great.
So
I
thank
know.
you.
Yeah, I was
Thank
gonna
you.
say like.
I mean, really, all I got is
realized
like a
you were
sore
sick.
throat, runny nose. I get really cold real easily. So the only reason I think I have it is because someone I work with said they had it, and
Mm.
now everyone in our little circle is sick. So it only makes sense. But I didn't go get tested because I have a few reasons why I made this my topic. And the reason I didn't go get tested was because, one, I know that I might possibly have COVID. Two, even if I do have COVID and I don't go to work, they're not going to pay out for it anymore. So I still have to go to work. So what good is it?
Yeah.
And not only that, it being 4 years later, it does not seem as relevant as it did 4 years
4 years ago.
at all. So what my basically, to sum up my topic of coronavirus, the best way I can put it is what happened to it and where is it now and what's going on with that. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
still around.
So COVID,
Just like it's not as big of a deal as it was before. We've just learned to live with the virus as any other virus in the past.
there was a guy during the pandemic that told me, I was like, look, like, what do you think's gonna happen? They're ever gonna I don't think they're gonna get rid of this shit. I don't think they're gonna make a vaccine that completely stops it. And the guy tells me, he said, oh, he's like, it's the new flu. He was like, it's just gonna mutate every year. We're gonna have different variants of it, and it's something you want to avoid to catch every year. So how do you avoid catching it?
You go
Wash
get
your
a shot.
You wash your fucking
Yeah,
hands.
wash your hands.
Yeah.
You wear a fucking mask when you're in places where you think people will have it. You fucking you fucking just do common sense shit. So
Yeah.
here's and I never told you guys this. This is what prompted me to go to my boss. I like started paying more attention to shit around me, and I went to
Okay.
go take a shit. And when I took a shit at the office, I get out of the stall, and there's a motherfucker taking a piss right behind me with his hands on his cock. And he
Wait.
Hands on his cock.
Behind you as
Yeah.
you're shitting.
No, as I'm washing my hands.
Okay, so I thought he was pissing on your back.
No, that would be awesome.
Damn. Golden
That'd be
shower
awesome,
at
he
work.
said.
So I'm washing
Fuck
my
yeah.
hands after I take a shit, and this guy is behind me taking a piss with his hands on his cock. And before I'm even done washing my hands, this guy already just like walks out without washing his hands.
Bruh, fucking
So
gross
that's-
sanitary as
Gross.
fuck.
That's when I said
gross.
these I was like, we are all gonna get that fucking virus in this building with
Yep.
nasty motherfuckers like that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a golden rule, man. When you go into the bathroom, you wash your hands, and after you wash
That's
your
what I
hands,
just did right now.
you don't
Dirt
touch
Riffs.
anything.
You told me you don't. You told me that you fucking don't wash your hands. You're like, my dick's
I wash my
clean.
hands all the time.
I
wash my hands
have
all
a
the time.
video clip of you saying that your dick is clean, so you don't need to wash your hands.
Okay, I remember what you're talking about. If I go pee in my house, I'll rinse my hands.
Okay, no, you gotta soap them up.
That's not poop, though, bro. That's
Yeah,
not poop.
but okay.
You can
so
drink
you-
your pee.
So you take a piss, right? You take
I'm
a
not
piss.
pissing on my hands.
Yeah, but you take a piss, you touch your wiener.
Bro, what do you mean you don't piss on your
No,
hands?
Fuck,
No,
I
I'm
love how we
kidding.
come all the way back to this argument. So you take a piss, you touch your wiener, and then you go and you open up a nice bag of Dirt Riffs Doritos because you're like, some Doritos. You're eating
Okay, that's
your own.
different.
You're eating your own.
That's
dick.
different. If I know I'm gonna be eating afterwards, yes, of course I'm gonna wash.
Okay,
with
what
soap.
happens in the off chance where you go down the stairs, you smoke a joint, you forget that you fucking touched your cock, and then you eat Doritos.
Well,
then
if I
it's-
forgot, then there's nothing I can do.
Cock
Yeah, so
Doritos.
how many times have you eaten your own dick?
I don't know. It's a good
What about you,
question.
Craw Daddy?
It's a good question. But
Nah.
I
Wait,
will
go
say
for it, Logan.
this: if you
He
if
said,
you're pooping,
nah.
Wait,
I
hold
like
on,
that
we'll come back to
response.
that.
okay,
That's a good
no.
response.
So I will bring this up since you bring up the
Nah.
bathroom thing.
Nah.
I did see somebody. I won't say whether it was a customer or an employee, but at the place that I am employed at, I saw someone come out of a stall, not wash their hands, and walk straight out.
Ugh, fuck
That's a
that.
different level of gross.
Yeah.
That's too much. You're doing too much.
What do you
You're
think
not
they
actually.
went
You're
and
not
did
doing
after
enough.
that? Do you think they went to the bar
I
and
know what
ordered
they did.
nachos? And
I know
fucking
what
went,
they did.
Oh.
I know what they did because think about it. If it was an employee or it was a customer, they touched everything.
And that is why. Okay, so
We
check
wash
this
our
out.
hands.
Yeah.
And I have done this before the pandemic. I have done this before
What,
COVID.
you soap? Is that
I
how long it's
always no. Check this out. I
Oh.
always make sure when I buy something at the store, I don't buy the one that's always up front.
been? In
I
the front,
always-
you get the back one.
I always reach behind and at least grab the second one. When I go to the fast food restaurant and they have the stack of fucking like, shit, like the
Smart
the
man.
soda cup tops, I always
Smart
lift
man.
the top one up and I grab the second one. Do you guys do that
Yep.
too?
I do.
Oh,
that
I've
too.
never done that.
I do
Yeah.
that because, especially with the lids, so when you go to grab a lid, you're grabbing the first one
Yeah.
and you take it off and you touch the one behind it. So the one behind the one you grabbed is always going to have someone else's fingers on it.
And they could have just touched their cock.
It could have been me after I peed. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, and it's funny because my wife thinks I'm crazy, and I tell
No,
her
you're not
this. I
crazy.
go, look, I'm like, yeah, we both worked at Whole Foods. I'm like, what happens with all the go backs? They're motherfuckers that grab shit, they walk around the whole fucking store with it, and then they go to check out, and then they go, oh, you know what? I don't want this because it's $5 too much, and they fucking put it on the cart, and then it sits there for another 30. This could be guacamole. Like that's my favorite example because I never grabbed the first guacamole. That guacamole could have sat there unrefrigerated for fucking a good 30 minutes. And Costco too, anything frozen, I always reach for the back. But like, it could have gone unrefrigerated, melted, gotten a little bit fucked up, perished somewhat, and then fucking sits there for another 20 minutes on the go back cart until it's time to, all right, everybody's bagged up, let's put the shit back. And then they fucking go and put it all back. And where are they going to put it? It's the first one
Right
on the
there in the
fucking
front.
thing. They're not going to
Because
shove
they
it
just
in
want
the
to
bag.
leave.
Yeah, they just want to fucking throw it there.
So I totally get that.
Yeah.
But
So that's I never, and that's a tip for anybody watching the show. Never grab the fucking thing in the front.
and that goes without saying. If you're going to like, I do that when it comes to drinks. You know, I always grab for the one furthest back that I can reach because it's gonna be the coldest.
Oh yeah, that's what I do a lot. Whenever I get my tacos in the morning, I get the
Yep.
orange juice from the very back.
Yep. Because it's
Oh
the
my
coldest.
It is,
Where do
yeah.
you get tacos at in the morning? That sounds fucking delicious.
Dude, fucking
Fuck yeah, it
when y'all
does.
come down here to Laredo or just Texas in general, there's gonna be some locations that have a Laredo taco company. Get it?
All right,
Ooh,
I'm
it's
literally
amazing.
gonna fucking fly down there.
They're mainly
Can-
at Stripes locations.
Can I stay at your house?
At my house?
Yeah.
You're
like-
I need a.
I mean,
Can I
I'll sleep
stay
on
at
your
the-
floor.
Can I stay at
Well-
the Necro Daddy's house? Will they let me stay?
What's it called? I'm pretty sure like I could find a spot for you here. I just
Yeah.
need to get an inflatable mattress and shit.
No, don't even worry about me like that. I'll fucking sleep on the
Floor.
floor. Yeah.
Floor.
Me and
The first
me and-
time I went to Texas, I slept on a floor.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, it was worth it.
Was that Wrecking Ball the first time you came to Texas?
Yep.
Was that the first time you had Whataburger too?
Yep.
Nice.
Fuck, we always come back to fast food. It doesn't
Dude,
matter.
Full
for
circle.
real, yeah.
Full circle. We're a full circle show.
moments. Yeah.
Whataburger is so fucking good. I wish I
Oh,
could have
dude.
it again. I want to go back to
Ah.
Texas just to have Whataburger.
I love
Dude,
it.
what's that called? I'm gonna make y'all fucking hella jealous right now. Right in front of my house, literally 2 minutes away. I like live in front of a Whataburger.
Oh my god.
Dude.
That's fucked up.
Fuck, Whataburger's so fucking delicious, dude.
That's good
it's
It
like,
shit.
is.
like the only thing I can compare it to is Burger King, but like better. It's like a real burger. No,
I compare it to In-N-Out.
The best thing I can compare it to, not even. I want to say because the fries are the closest to Burger King, but Whataburger's fries are better. But I can compare it to, there's a place called fucking Jeffrey's that they have
Jeffrey's.
over here in San Mateo. It's a restaurant where I think they only have 2 locations, and it is Jeffrey's hand ground burgers. So you go there and it's fresh fucking ground meat every morning that they grind, and it's like the freshest like fucking burger that you get. It's put together so perfectly, but they don't do the onions that way. And like, god damn, I want some fucking Whataburger.
Yeah, that sounds bomb. Like that's all I can think about now is Whataburger. What
You
was
know
my
what's
topic
funny?
again?
Huh.
I'm like typing Jeffrey's right now, right?
Yeah.
And then the first thing that comes up on my list is fucking Jeffrey Epstein, since the whole like list just got like
oh
leaked
my
today.
god. Okay, so if you listen to the 3Daddy podcast extended edition tonight, you might hear a little bit about that. We might
Possibly.
if you're a conspiracy, and not just conspiracy theorist, but if you're into what they don't want you to know, tune in to the 3Daddy
What's it called? This is
Extended.
what they don't want you to know. Fucking Jeffrey Epstein's burgers.
Yes, that's fucked up. Don't ruin Jeffrey's for me. That place is delicious. I used to go there as a kid. They have handmade milkshakes and fucking burgers. And the only thing I remember as a kid, because we used to get it to go all the time, and I didn't appreciate that shit as a kid. The only thing that I remembered, like as I got older, I'm like, oh, this is a really good fucking burger, you know?
Yeah.
But as a kid, I used to sit there and think, when is this shit gonna be ready? We've been here for like 15 fucking minutes sitting on these awkward chairs. Everybody's looking at me. I just want to get the fuck out of here. Like,
You're all
know?
thinking they have it pre-made.
I'm all upset and angry because like every other fast food place is quick, and this is a real burger. It's like a 1950s like jukebox like place, but like actually good food. Like Johnny Rockets does that. But
we have
suck.
a Johnny Rockets here.
I remember Johnny Rockets.
Yeah, I remember Johnny Rockets. I gave more of a fuck about that jukebox at that fucking restaurant than the food. And I think the food is kind of mid there anyway, but I haven't been to one in a long time. The only one they have is like in Vegas, and I'm not going to eat a fucking kiosk breakfast restaurant place. That's weird. I want to eat at a like restaurant, sit down Johnny Rockets if I can get one.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have one out here. I got to Google that shit. It's a cool vibe. You put some Elvis on and you sit there and you listen to, you know, the man who stole all the music from black people, and you enjoy a nice fucking meal. Elvis was a
And then you go
racist piece
dance
of
with
shit.
Uma Thurman.
Did you see that Elvis movie?
No.
Yeah, dude, I did.
It wasn't bad.
Oh yeah. What's it called? And then to go
Low-key-
back with the
Low-key-
topics. Oh.
I'm gonna go take a quick restroom break.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, who was COVID's? Yours, right, Mavis?
Who has COVID?
Oh no, I'm saying like whose topic was COVID?
Oh, it's Dirt Riffs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I just like pulled it up right now since he was asking like, wait, what was my topic again?
Yeah, he has COVID, and then we're gonna go into yours next. But
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, as far as that Elvis movie goes, though,
Dude,
Weigh
the
in
Elvis
on
movie
it.
was fucking awesome.
what did you take
I
away
fucked with
from it?
it.
What did you learn about him that you didn't know about him before?
I didn't know he had a fucked up manager.
I don't think his manager. Well, I feel
Well,
like
he
his
worked him to death, dude.
Yeah,
like,
he
that's
did.
pretty fucked up. And
I
then he
know.
like left him like fucking trapped in Vegas, like
yeah,
instead of like touring the world. Fuck that.
just all fucked up on drugs. And
uh-huh.
but I'll tell you this too, though. Like Elvis was a dumb motherfucker. Like with how much money he spent, you know,
Oh,
like on
yeah.
stupid, crazy shit. Like I think his manager said it though. Like his manager was like, yeah, this fucking guy, or that boy likes to spend money. So I keep doing this so he can spend more. and like they show him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna buy everybody a car. Everybody, like,
We're gonna buy everybody a car.
whoa, dude, that was good. That was a good Elvis impression. Holy fuck.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Yeah, keep doing, dude. Do the rest of the episode in an Elvis. No, 3Daddy podcast extended. He's gonna be doing the whole thing in an Elvis.
Holy
Fucking
shit.
So subscribe on the Patreon. This is the only week I'm gonna really like air out the 3Daddy extended. I'm gonna, allude to it in the future and let people know. But this week I'm really gonna tell them you really want to watch that extended. Craw Daddy does an Elvis impression the whole fucking time. You're gonna be like, is that Craw Daddy or is that Elvis?
Oh well, baby, I think it's Elvis.
Yeah. Oh my god. That was fucking.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has just left the building.
So my grandma told me
Uh-huh.
that when I was a kid, she loved Elvis. She was like obsessed with Elvis, and
Dude, that's funny because my grandma is also obsessed with Elvis.
she was from El Paso. My grandma was
really?
from El Paso, yeah, from Juarez, and moved up to El Paso. And fucking, she was super into fucking Elvis, and she used to say that was my real grandpa. yeah, and it was, dude, it was like the funniest shit, because I said to my grandpa one time, like, I used to stay there all the time, my grandma and grandpa, while my parents worked, and fucking one time my grandpa, I think he tried to tell me to do something, and I was like, and I was a little ass kid, he's like, hey, grab the remote, Dave, and I'm like, you're not my real grandpa, and he said, what? And I was like, grandma told me Elvis is my real grandpa. And he like just said, huh, and like didn't think about it, but I believed it as a little kid. I was like, oh, he's my other grandpa, like Elvis.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. Fuck, she had Elvis everything. Elvis spoons, Elvis lamp. Like the Elvis spoons were a big deal. It was like,
Dude, for real.
it's like 4 fucking spoons, Elvis spoon, and I don't know where the fuck they got them from. Might have been like the Home Shopping Network.
The fact that like he was able to make like so much memorabilia, fucking Elvis merch core right there.
Elvis fucking cock ring.
That's probably a thing.
I'm gonna Google
Elvis
that.
fucking dildos.
Yeah, Elvis real life recreation dildo. Like actual
Elvis fleshlights.
Elvis, oh my, dude! when you fucking use it, it's going. Fuck, dude. Last
What's
week
it called? You just hear, "We're caught in a trap."
Fucking last week, Dirt Riffs fucking said, what did he say? He was talking about if you lost a limb, what would you fucking replace it with? And
what
he
did
was like,
say?
or what would it be? What limb would it
Oh,
be? He'd be like, it'd be
nice.
my
Here
arm.
he
I
is
could have
now.
any attachment. And I was like, after thinking about it and re-listening to the episode, I was like, fucking fleshlight. Like I would just do fleshlight hand all day.
Flashlight hand.
And then fucking if people catch me using it, well, it's my hand. Like what am I supposed to do? It's not my fault.
Are we talking about fleshlights?
Yeah, well, we're talking about an Elvis fleshlight that says.
Yeah.
Say it again. Say it one more time. Like fucking.
Because we were all like, oh, the Elvis flashlight. You like fucking put it in, and then you just hear, "We're caught in a trap."
Oh my god, dude! I just almost spit out my Stone IPA because you made me laugh so hard, but I could not spit out a single drop of this delicious,
Dude,
amazing beer. This is the most amazing beer. Oh, Stone IPA. The only
Stone
time
IPA,
we don't
baby.
take moments of silence here, but if you hear us silent, we're drinking our delicious Stone IPA. Okay, so COVID. So Eric, let me know about it, Craw Daddy. What was your COVID experience, Daddy?
Yeah.
I mean, I really didn't get it, honestly. And like, or maybe I did, I don't know. Cause
Because there can be those moments where you, like right now, where you think you have it, but you don't know.
yeah.
Or like you were around somebody that was sick and you're not 100% sure what it is.
I'm not gonna lie. Like talking about like, and I'm very open about this shit with people. Sometimes people get dark ideation, right?
Yeah.
And I want to say in my darkest moment during the pandemic, I really thought at one point, like dead ass, I really thought, I hope I just get that shit and fucking die. Like,
You know what's
what? I'm just gonna go out. I'm just gonna go out and get it.
and
I'm
I
gonna
guess
go
it's-
lick the whole pharmacy aisle.
It's not even necessarily funny, but I will say this: there was a point in time, the first time I had it, I thought there was a chance that I wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put it this way: I was on the couch after the first wrecking ball for about 30 days.
Ooh,
In between
shit.
20 and 30 days in the same spot on the same couch,
And he was
barely
gooning.
eating, barely sleeping, barely getting up. It was
straight up gooning in the couch for 30
No.
days.
I'm not even kidding, bro. I had bruises on my legs from my legs.
Gooning.
Yeah, straight up gooning.
Straight
up.
up gooning.
Do you know what gooning means?
No,
Learn.
That's what it felt like.
All right, hold on.
that's what it felt like. I'm
Hold on.
sure.
No, it probably felt like the opposite. Learn what gooning is on the 3Daddy podcast extended. And all right, let's keep going. But yeah,
Anyway,
straight
that
up.
sucks. That
No,
sucks.
I really did think at one point in time, like I had tried everything. I'd tried the I don't want to say they were iron pills, but you know the horse pills.
No, you took the fucking shit Trump was telling everyone to take.
Damn.
That's what the homie was telling me. I
Dude,
should
your
take.
homie
He's like,
gave you bad advice, dog.
no, that night. So get this. I got him from a traveling doctor. You know how easy it is to get drugs in this country?
Yeah.
All you have to do is find a licensed doctor.
Wait, you took so 30 days on the couch. What day did you take ivermectin? At what day?
That's what it was.
At a
Yeah, that's what
I think-
knocked him out.
I think I was like 15, 16
That's
days
what
in.
fucked you up, bro. That is
So-
what made it worse.
I know. You know what? You know what's crazy is because I hadn't eaten or anything. I had eaten almost nothing.
Nah,
And-
really? For 30 days? Not even water?
Almost. I had water here and there,
Okay.
obviously, but like when it came to food, nothing. Every bite I would take was super salty or super nasty.
Bro.
So I had to take this stuff, and because my stomach was
You didn't
empty,
need to take it.
because my stomach was empty, I went to the bathroom that night and puked my fucking whole entire life out.
Yeah, because it's made for
Ooh.
fucking horses.
Yeah, that's why I
Tranquilizer.
was surprised. Why can you get this from a doctor in a fucking
All right, so I'm
human
gonna tell you this. So when I was
thing?
a lot younger, I had a really good friend, and this really good friend said, "Hey, I have these thizzles," and if nobody knows what a
Uh-oh.
thizzle is, thizzle was ecstasy. It was slang for ecstasy back in the day,
Hmm.
and they
Yeah.
had all sorts of different little ecstasy pills. They were circular pills that had different prints on them. Some of them had dragonflies, green dragonflies. They all had a
Apple
color and a name.
logos, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, like all sorts of different ones.
Dolphins, naked ladies.
Yeah, all sorts of different things on them. And you would take these things and sometimes you'd swallow them. I used to chew them like sweet tarts and just be like, fuck it. Like, cause you would feel it faster. And
Yeah.
Right.
for about 8 to 10 hours, you just felt amazing. And you felt fucking, like, I mean, it was a combination of MDMA.
Basically, like if you were in a ethereal state, right?
You just feel
Yeah.
amazing. I love you,
It was-
man.
it's a- it-
Fuck,
And it's
you're my boy.
it's super euphoric. It's
Your
a
eyes-
combination of MDMA and whatever else they put in there, though.
Your eyes are like
So
this.
it can vary.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's usually most of the time it was MDMA and meth, and
Or
like
heroin.
The
or
meth,
heroin.
I never had any of that. Hopefully, I don't think I did. But
Who knows, man? Who knows?
But it
Who
was
really
always
knows?
nowadays. Well, so I'm gonna get into that, but so one day we had these pills that my friend gave me, my really good friend, and he gave it to me and this girl I was hanging out with, and they were shaped like Luigi, but they were red.
They were cut out.
They were red Luigi's, and
They were cutouts, though.
They were shaped like Luigi, and I was like, "This is so
Yeah.
fucking cool." I've never had one shaped like a fucking Luigi. So we
Cutouts
both
suck.
me and this girl eat one, and then
Yes.
we go out, we eat dinner real quick and everything before they hit, and then we go back to the house, and she's like, I have the worst stomach ache ever. And she throws up and then gets in bed. I get like 5 minutes, like a burst of energy. I'm like, yeah, whoa. I'm like jumping on the bed, like I feel great and everything. And then all of a sudden fucking crash, instantly feel like shit, stomach ache.
It's a Canadian caffeine pill.
So then my friend tells me, my other friend tells me, did you look at Pill Report? And I'm like, what are you talking about, Pill Report? He goes, there's this website, pillreport.com. You can look up any of these pills before you take it, and it tells you what's in it because like people report them. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I go and I look, Red Luigi, bam, pull it up, right? And it says, authentic, no, is the first thing, big red letters. And then it says what it is made of. It's a 100% piperazine pill. What piperazine is a freaking animal dewormer that sometimes gives people a little bit of a buzz before it makes them sick. And that's what happened to me. Didn't happen to her, just made her sick. And it says sometimes it just makes you sick. So that was when I was like, God damn it. Like, I'm never fucking taking this shit ever again. And ivermectin, when they said that, it's like a horse dewormer. I was like, it's going to be the same exact shit. It's going to make people sick to their fucking stomach and probably make the virus worse. You know, like imagine just being sick as fuck and then someone tells you like, all right,
take dewormer.
Do all of this blow. Like if you have the flu, do all this blow. It's just going to fuck your body up more. Your body can't.
Wow.
Your body's
Let me tell you
already
something.
fucked up.
Let me tell you something. I don't have to have the flu for someone to tell me to do that. I could be perfectly healthy. I could be healthy as a horse.
Here's a big old tray.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I haven't done that shit. I can't do that shit anymore. I was telling Craw Daddy about that shit.
Oh yeah,
I'm too old to do anything like that now. My heart can't take it no more.
No more.
My heart can't take it no more.
What's they called? If he does one line, his heart's gonna be doing fucking blast beats.
Yeah, it's gonna be going fucking. It's gonna sound like blastostitia. It's gonna be like.
It's gonna sound like freaking mortician blast beats.
But so I want to the thing with the COVID topic. Like I said, is it still relevant in 2024? Because
yes,
we don't see it in the media anywhere near as much.
Yeah.
But back then we saw it a bunch. Was it just because it was new? Is it still dangerous?
No,
it's
still in the news. It's still in the news. I think that I'm not gonna. I mean, I have my reservations. I'll probably air it out more on the. And I hate saying this. I've said it like 50 times. I'll probably air it out more on Extended, but you know, I think that when the pandemic, like it was a very chaotic time. We had a president in that was not very popular with a lot of people. Right. And I feel like politics did play a lot into, how crazy it was. But I think that even if we did have, like, say, for example, if Joe Biden was president at that time, I think that he would have been under major scrutiny. Anybody would have been under major scrutiny.
Oh, most certainly.
If during that time, like, regardless of what they said, if they said, because I remember Trump was literally saying, don't wear a mask. You don't need to wear a mask. Like,
I remember that.
I look like you don't want to look like a bitch. Like, like
basically,
like that was it. Like I remember there were like reports saying that came out of the thing saying that like, hey, it's time to wear a mask. And he's like, I'm not going to look weak. I'm not.
But that's what's so mind blowing to me is because 4 years ago it was killing people.
Well, it still is killing people, and the flu kills,
but nowhere near as much, right? I wouldn't think it's as often now because you don't hear about it anymore.
I think that, and that is you do have a solid point there, but I want to say, I do think,
have we moved on?
I do think that, I mean, this is a fucked up ass thing to put me on the spot about. Okay. Is all I gotta say. This is a rough topic because there are people that watch this show that have a hard fucking view on whether they believe in vaccines or not. You can't talk about
Right.
the COVID with or without a vaccine.
Right.
You know, you can't talk about it. And me, I got this shit. As soon as I could get that fucking vaccine, I got it. The only reason I got it was because when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, I was eating Big Macs. I was fucking doing fucking whatever the fuck. Like I said, I ate a pill that was shaped like a fucking Luigi head. I did all of this
Yeah.
shit. And I told myself when I got to a certain age, I said, you know what? I'm going to trust this fucking thing. Like if all this bullshit I consume all the time, these fucking, you know,
That's
$5
valid.
bundle meals or whatever the fuck, I can
Yeah.
take a little shot, you know, and I made a joke out of it. I said, put a prick in my prick. You know, when I get the shot, I'm gonna tell them, put the prick in my prick. You know, it's
Right.
just a little prick, right? But here's the other thing too. When I went, I was scared as fuck when I went to get my vaccine because
How come?
the Cannibal Corpse album came out the same day the fucking vaccine came out, and I remember listening to it, like driving there, like, am I gonna fucking die, like from this fucking thing? Am I gonna get a blood clot, like all this shit?
You're on your way to
TikTok?
your death.
And me and my wife, who I really care about, I give a fuck about. So
Yeah.
Right. Right.
so I go in there,
It is a big
and-
choice. It's a big choice.
but I see fucking hundreds of people lined up in front of me, old fucking geezer motherfuckers, all sorts of different people, and I'm like, you know what? I was never afraid to put some shit up my nose in my motherfucking 20s. And if these old geezer fucks are getting it by the boatload, and because it had been out already by a couple months, you know, it's not like
Yeah.
I was the first guy. But as
Right.
soon as I was eligible, because they had an eligibility thing, and then I had a cousin who got it, and I had a couple people that I knew. All right, they got it, they're okay, they're fine. And these motherfuckers are like, yeah, we got it. We're going to Vegas again. We're doing all this fun shit again. We're not worried about getting sick or whatever the fuck. I went out there, bro. I got my first shot. 6 weeks go by, no side effects, nothing. I felt like shit the next day, just like a flu shot makes me feel. I get
Right.
a shot fucking the next day. Fucking or 6 weeks later, feel not as shitty as the first shot, and then I felt fine. Then I was completely fine. Went to fucking Las Vegas, didn't wear a mask, didn't wear fucking gloves. I thought I was invincible at this point. Touched everything, smoked cigarettes, fucking drank my ass off. I didn't get COVID in the place that was loaded with motherfuckers touching shit. You know, I stopped wearing a mask after I got my vaccine. I felt like Superman. Fucking 6 months later, I'm like, fuck, they got another vaccine. Give me another one of these motherfuckers. I got one, no mask. Didn't worry about shit. Didn't catch anything. Another fucking 6 months. Fucking, I fucking ended up, I was like, you know what? I don't need a vaccine anymore. I'm not going to get another one of these. Like, you know what? I think it wasn't the vaccines that kept me from getting fucking COVID. I catch COVID for the first time. I catch it. My wife catches it. My son catches it. We are fucked up. It is the second worst illness I've ever had. And then this is what kind of like made me think about it. I'm like, well, maybe I have some sort of something from the vaccine that's keeping me from getting really fucked up. But like the worst illness I've ever had in my life was a stomach bug. I told you guys about this shit.
Oh yeah,
You
you had
know,
mentioned
and
that.
I talked about COVID too when I talked about getting sick. You know, it was like 2 weeks. I was fucked up. I missed a lot of work. That was the thing that hurt me the most out of it. But I mean, you know, whether you get the vaccine or not, that's your decision. That's your body, dude. It's your body,
Your body, your choice.
You
100.
know, and
Keeping it
and,
100.
and I'm not saying that to take a hard stance on abortion, because I'm not a woman and I'm not the type of person that should have that conversation. I think that's a
Valid.
conversation for women to have.
Valid. I think.
But yeah, absolutely, you know, and I'm not telling anybody else that they should get the shit. I got it. It seemed like it worked for me for a little bit, and then when I stopped getting them, fucking I got something. But I do have, here's the other thing too. There were a lot of things that happened to me around that time that formed that decision. I had a cousin that told me fucking, oh dude, this is awesome. The city shut down. He's like, I'm saving money going to concerts. I'm saving money doing this. And then he got COVID hella bad, like in the beginning.
Damn.
And I was like, I ain't going out like that, motherfucker. Like he's
Yeah.
healthy and he's healthy. I'm a fat motherfucker. I drink fucking a lot. I eat a lot of shit I like to eat that probably isn't the healthiest, and I don't fucking skate anymore. I used to skate
Yeah.
like a motherfucker. Like my heart is, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to gamble on it. I
Oh
can't even
shit,
do
he's
that.
getting real.
So, yeah, no, I have a lot of hard feelings about that. That's why I was like, when you brought up this topic, I was like, motherfucker, because the other topic you brought
Yeah.
up was a hot one, and I'm like, that's too hot to touch. But this
Yeah.
one you brought up, and I'm like, fuck, this is still kind of hot. But you know what?
It's
really-
relatable.
Yeah, no,
It is, yeah.
For
we all
everyone.
went through the same shit. Now, here's my favorite thing though.
I mean, we were all there.
It's 2024, and I cannot lie if I were to say I was not nostalgic, or I do not hold any sort of nostalgia to when the lockdown happened in California, because that was a time where my lady didn't have to work. She was getting extra money from the government. That was a time where all the best death metal was fucking coming out, and I really got into collecting. That was a time where I had free time to work on side projects, and this
100.
whole show that we're having right now wouldn't exist if it weren't for fucking COVID. So I gotta
Totally
That
say,
is true. Yeah.
I wouldn't have met all these fucking wonderful people I met. And it sucks because there are people that I have met in this community that have lost people to COVID, you
Yeah.
know? And I want to say fucking, I got too much love for everybody here. So if COVID never happened, I mean, this show wouldn't exist. So it's like, whenever something really bad happens in the world, and I'll leave it.
There's always that light at the end of the tunnel.
There's always a light, and there's always a way to turn it into a positive. I made a Facebook post because I used to be on Facebook active. I made a Facebook post and I said, look, the way that we act as human beings or as Americans, I was on my patriotic shit. The way we act as Americans during this crisis is going to determine the outcome of this crisis. And I basically was like, we can capitalize on it, or we can, fucking fall with it. And I had a comment from my super right-wing fucking aunt. She jumped in there and she said, you watch too much news, because it was before fucking the whole lockdowns happened.
Yeah.
And then she made a post talking about, I lost so-and-so to COVID. I'm like, motherfucker, I wasn't watching too much news. I was right.
I was right.
I was right. Fuck,
He
I'm a
was
piece
right.
of I'm a piece of
And
shit.
like you said, it is slightly kind of a hot topic still. So I don't want to downplay any loss that anyone has had. That
Yeah,
wasn't the
for
point.
sure.
I'm just saying simply from a point.
I didn't
of,
die, motherfucker, so fuck you.
It's been,
No, I'm just kidding.
What's
No.
it
Go
called?
take a piss.
I'm still
It's been
standing.
4
No,
years.
okay.
It's been 4 years now. So it's like I'm curious. That's a
Yeah,
relatively good amount of time to not necessarily like get over something, but like is it
like life goes on.
and that's what it seems like, at
Mhm.
least. It doesn't seem like anything has come of it in the last year. You don't see it. I feel like I don't watch a lot of news, so maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. That's very possible, but I feel like I haven't really heard anything about it, is what I was getting at.
Mhm.
So like I said, I get it's a hot topic, but like as time goes on, it's going to become something that is talked about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
It definitely has its place in
I definitely
history.
thought it was interesting that it's been 4 years and I hadn't heard anything about it. So that was really, like I said, there was no downplaying. It was a very trying time for everybody. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Cult Collectibles is the #1 site for collecting true crime and cult history. We offer one of the largest selections anywhere for artifacts from high-profile cases like Dahmer, Gacy, Ramirez, Bundy, and more. We also specialize in rare documents and relics from cults such as the People's Temple, the Branch Davidians, Heaven's Gate, Ayum Shinrikyo, and many others. We not only work hard to have new inventory weekly, but also work with museums, documentaries, and publishers to archive never-before-seen pieces of true crime history. If you're into true crime and want to take the next step into collecting, check out www.cultcollectibles.org. That's www.cultcollectibles.org. And follow us on Instagram at True Cult Collectibles.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's transition to Craw Daddy's topic now. So,
Yes.
All right,
enough,
then. So,
enough fucking controversial shit. Let's talk about something fun.
all right. So, hang on. I got like a little note to start this off.
Beautiful. I
Ooh.
like it.
My topic this week is Mexican folklore.
Yeah.
So over here in the Latino culture, we've been told of like scary stories like La Llorona, friggin' chupacabras, duendes, El Cucuy, you name it.
I've always been curious about that too, because it's like, I mean, I feel like everywhere I've lived, I've always had like a lot of Latino friends.
Uh-huh.
So it's just stuff that comes up, but I know nothing about. So I'm very curious.
Okay, so let's first dive into La Llorona, the weeping
Okay.
woman. So she's like found in various forms of media. Like they just made like several movies about her recently. You can find like old stories and stuff. And it dates back to the 1500s. And there's like a whole bunch of different variations of it, of how she like drowned her kids and whatnot.
I feel like I have heard that. The only reason I'd heard of that, and I don't even know if I can talk about it, honestly. I feel like it's something I can't even talk about because some people make me feel like I can't talk about it, but
Uh-huh.
I feel like I have heard that story before. People saying they've heard someone like crying by a river or
Yeah,
something
by the
like that.
riverside. Mhm.
Yeah.
No, and supposedly, like, if you see her or go near her, she'll think, like, you're one of her children that she drowned, and she'll come after you and freaking drown your ass.
See, the I won't go too into it. I'm sure maybe you know what I'm talking about, but there is some things that I as far as I know that you're not supposed to really talk about.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Tell me about it. Air it all out. I don't believe in none of that shit.
Okay, well that's fine, but you know, I don't want to disrespect anybody that does. So
No, we're hanging dong tonight.
so how do I describe it?
Air it
Go
out,
for it.
Logan.
It's basically like the way it was put to me is like you're like working with the devil basically.
Bruh, come on. You really believe in that shit?
I don't know, so I can't say. But I know people who truly believe in it,
Mhm.
and it's kind of a
Do
lot
they
to
listen
wrap
to
your head
death
around.
metal?
No.
Yeah, those are all the people that fucking don't that do believe in that shit, is the people that don't listen to death metal.
So I don't know necessarily. All I was told by a few people was that I'm not really supposed to talk about it, but
Mhm.
they
I
told
don't
me
know
about
what
it
the fuck you're
anyways.
talking about. That's what I want to know.
Like he's jumping
It's-
around it so
it's-
bad.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
sorry.
go.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
no,
just
you're
feel
good,
like
you're
I
good,
can't.
it's
I feel
okay,
like
it's
I'm not
okay.
supposed to talk about it. It's
Craw Daddy, do you give him permission to talk about it?
What's they call it? The Spanish community here in Laredo gives you permission to
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
the
Go,
weeping
air it
woman.
all
Go
out.
for
basically
it.
basically the way he put it is like is if you it's it involves a word I don't want to say on this podcast.
Is it a racist word?
No. No, it's a C word. It's a C word.
Wait,
Oh, I know where he's getting at.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
like talk about it.
the fucking are you talking about some like Native American shit?
No, I think Andrew knows what I'm talking about.
What's
Yeah.
the C word, bruh?
The 4-letter C word is what he's
Oh
talking
no,
about.
that's not it.
Oh,
That's not
okay,
it.
never mind.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know where
say
I
it,
was getting
motherfucker,
at.
just
It's
go.
no, it's a 6-letter C word. It's
Stop
a
beating
6-letter
around
C
the
word.
bush.
Kurtz?
Okay, so basically it has
Kurtz?
to do with like a business.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no, yeah. Then never mind. Let's
Then don't talk
stay
about it.
away from
Oh
that.
yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how you brought that up, But no,
No,
now
he
I
told
know
me
what
it
you're
has to
talking
do.
about.
He told me it has to do with that and like being like working with like the devil, basically.
That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing. That's not La Llorona.
Okay, you had me all scared, dude.
No, you
dude,
brought up
that's
some
not
felt like
crazy
I
it.
ass
couldn't
shit.
talk about
No,
something.
bro. I'm in fluids. I can talk about this shit. No, check it out.
Yeah, but
no, no. Listen. This, all right. Let me move it on. So La Llorona is like, bro, like, all right. El Cucuy is like, well, I mean, we're gonna get more into that, but like, La Llorona is like a fucking, it's like a folklore thing that
right.
that is also a strange thing that has been going on. It's not no shit that you pray to give you benefit or gain, and that's what
Okay.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
totally
you got it
different.
mixed up.
That
That's
is-
like a completely different thing.
Okay.
That's almost like a type of what you're talking about is like occult, like
Okay.
occult type shit. Yeah. Like
Okay.
I sent you guys that picture when I went to that store and I'm like, bro, they have a whole
Yes.
aisle of this shit. Yeah, no,
Yes.
that's different than what we're in the vein of. We're talking about
Okay.
we're talking about Mexican folk.
Woo!
We're talking about Mexican Bigfoot, bro, is what we're talking
Okay.
about.
Basically,
Right?
yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're in the clear.
Jesus
Cool.
Christ, you could have just said cartel. Like fucking
He said it. I
Yeah,
didn't.
no, it
say
has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. And you know what?
I didn't want to
That's
say
a whole
that word.
different
Come
whole
on,
different
guys. I
lane.
live right by the bridge.
Yeah, that's a whole different lane. Whole different
Yeah,
lane.
that
We're
is.
not in that lane. We're not talking about none of that. We're talking
Okay.
about la.
So we're talking about like folklore, as in like stuff that your parents tell you.
the weeping
Yeah,
woman,
uh-huh.
bro. The
Got you.
weeping woman.
They made it sound like you're supposed to like go give her a gift or something.
No, that's. You're
I mean,
thinking
you
about
can
someone-
try to.
Yeah, no, you don't.
I don't know.
I mean, La Llorona is like a. I believe in that shit. So like, there was like a fucking. I talked about it on Late Night in the Crypt with fucking Crypt Keepers a long time ago. There was this place where there was this fucking lady who killed herself, and every single night you would see the fucking ghost out there. And I've seen the shit myself. For me,
Hmm.
it only happened on foggy nights, and it happened when the light hit the fucking building a certain way. So I'm pretty sure it was the optical illusion that you see. And it literally looks like a woman standing up on the cliff, like she's gonna go. She's the blue lady, and it's over
That's creepy.
in Half Moon Bay.
That's fucking eerie.
I think La Llorona is a very similar like type thing. Like it might be something. I've read stories on subreddit ghosts where people are like, yeah, I was in Mexico and I saw a fucking like ghost, like an entity. Or no. An entity is when you recognize it. A ghost is when you don't know who the fuck it is. And there was a ghost walking down the fucking street, and there were a pack of dogs chasing it, barking at it. And fucking they said their dad grabbed their shotgun,
Not
ran
weird
out,
at all.
and clapped at that fucking thing, and it dissipated. So like,
He fucking obliterated it.
yeah, no,
What's it called? I actually have this story right here if you want me to like read it to you real quick, Logan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So then it says here, according to the legend, La Llorona was once a beautiful woman named Maria. In many variations of the tale, Maria's husband was an unfaithful or abusive man who treated their two sons more affectionately than he did his wife. Other retellings say that her husband may have left her for a wealthier or lighter-skinned woman out of jealousy, rage, or despair. She is said to have lured her sons to a nearby river and drowned them before drowning herself. After realizing what she had done, in another version, Maria's neglected sons drowned accidentally while she was cavorting with gentlemen. And then there's another part here. Forever after, Maria's ghost is now forced to wander Earth searching for her two lost sons. She can be identified by her loud wailing cries.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. And all right.
Bruh, imagine hearing that story for the first time ever when you're like fucking 8 years old.
That's
So,
when
okay.
you're growing up. That is
But that's
that
what
is
I'm
literally
So
yeah.
here's what I'm curious about. Why do you hear that story though? Like what's the so when you're, let's say you're a parent, right? And you tell that
Uh-huh.
story, what is the end goal to
It's
telling
not
that story?
it's not
Is there one?
No, well check this out. All right. What's the story of what's a story you hear as a kid? Fucking what is it? Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
don't
a
break
story-
into motherfuckers' houses.
It's and stay the fuck out of the woods. Like that's
Yeah,
what all
well-
these stories were like crafted for.
I always,
Like all these
I always thought the story was mind your own fucking business.
But here's the fucked up thing is that all of these stories are usually like rooted in some sort of truth. So there probably was a broad that did that shit, and it's I mean it's fucked up because like usually this story isn't told to you by your parents. Your parents don't tell you this shit. It's usually told to you by like your older cousins or like somebody like, you know, that's like, oh, you don't know about that. And it's usually told when you're camping or out
They're
in
just
Or
trying
out
to
at the
scare you.
ranch.
yeah, out at the ranch, out at a spot where it's time to fucking, you know, where
Be
like
scary.
that type of shit. Yeah, exactly. It's just
Okay.
like, you know,
Okay.
that's
Because
what-
I'm over here sitting thinking you're like, your parents are like, all right, we're going to tell you about this shit.
No, parents will tell you about this other story though, and I know you took it off the list, but we'll get to everything because I'm sorry to hijack it, but duendes.
Oh no, you're good. Go for it.
And basically, so from what I understand, because the Corpse Pile boys told me about duendes, and I'm like, what the fuck is a duende? And they're like, they come and they take your toes. And I'm like, the fuck you talking about? They take your toes. and fucking what a duende is, from my understanding. I'm wrong.
Continue. Continue.
I'm wrong.
You're looking at
but-
one right now.
What a duende is that if you don't, they're these little like goblin-like creatures that if you don't clip your toenails and like keep your shit clean and your fingernails and toenails, they will come and they'll try to eat your fucking fingernails and toenails, and they
Wait.
usually bite your toes off when they do that.
They'll do that as they come.
Yeah, well, they're gonna show up, and
Oh.
they're gonna
Okay.
show up, and
So they're
gonna
not
fucking-
ejaculating.
No, they're not. Come on.
Nah.
They're not
They're,
ejaculating.
they're gonna show up and they're gonna try to eat your toenails, and they eat your fucking shit off at
That
the
is
same time.
hardcore.
Am I right? Am I right, or is that wrong?
Let's look it up real quick.
And it's basically it's a story that parents tell their kids to keep them from fucking doing that.
Being gross.
And when I was a young kid, I had a booger collection. I'm not gonna lie. I think I brought this up briefly before on the show, and I didn't want to talk.
You
about
didn't
it.
say you had one.
I did know somebody else that did have one too. So
Yeah,
now
you're
it comes
correct.
out.
with
I like
that.
to point. I am correct. See,
Yeah,
So-
it says they attempt to clip the toenails of unkempt children, often leading to the mistaken removal or entire loss of toes.
exactly. They eat your toes. So yeah, that's a story I will tell my kid happily. But I'm gonna tell you this one. So booger collection. When I was a
Yeah.
kid, I had a wall right next to my bed, and I used to fucking pick my nose and stick, the shit up on the wall, and it would get gross. It would dry up. It would be all nasty. And the only reason I brought up another person about that is because they're well into their 30s in doing that. That's disgusting. I wouldn't do that
That's
in my
rough.
30s. Yeah,
No.
they're a piece of shit.
I wouldn't do that in
fuck
my
that.
Ennies.
But for me, I was like 4 years old, and you know what my mom
Uh-huh.
told me, and
What
my
did
mom,
she say?
God bless her heart. Thank you so much for telling me this. My mom tells me I had a friend named Gail when I was a kid, and she had a booger collection too, Dave. And you know what happened? And I said, what? And she goes, well, you see how they dry up? I'm like, yeah. She said, they get stronger from the wall when they're on there. And then one day, they all jumped on her while she was sleeping and got her.
No.
And I was like, I'm never doing that shit again. And that's a
No.
duende. My mom crafted a duende story, bro, for me.
Holy
Her
shit,
own-
bro.
That is the hardest shit that ever in my life stopped me from doing
Dang,
that.
props. Props
Yeah,
to Dave's mom.
that's good parenting.
Shouts
For real,
out.
dude.
That
That's
is good
good.
parenting. I'm gonna have
That's
her
really
on the show.
good.
One episode. We're gonna get her one episode. I told her about the special guest that I'm trying to get.
Oh,
and,
yeah?
and she was so pumped. She was like, "You got that fucking guy?" Yeah. And she was like, she said, now I'm interested. Because I was trying to get her to subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, yeah, we got a good show. You can subscribe $3 a month. And she was like, I'm really not interested. I'm like, I got that guy coming. She's like, now I'm interested.
What's it called? I need to tell my parents about that guest.
Dude, right?
Because like fucking like we always like watch Lost Boys, so it's like cool. And like they're big fans of that era. They grew up in that time. My mom's all like she's all like, oh, they don't make movies like this anymore.
Nah, she right.
I still believe.
Yeah.
Please come on our show.
Yeah, please. I think his name is Tom Corello. Fuck.
Tom Corello.
I was so fucked up when I was trying to fucking find him. But I think
and the fucking Tina Turner.
Yeah, I gotta think like Tina Turner when I message him.
What's love got to do with it?
You're the best, better than the rest. Whatever the fuck.
Oh yes, you're simply the best.
Better than all the rest.
Hell yeah.
I love that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I love Tina Turner. Like I've been slapping nothing but Tina Turner all fucking week.
So like fucking be jamming to her shit in the car too.
Yeah, I can't cap. I was listening. You know what I've been listening to though? You're gonna call me fucking. You're gonna call me.
Nah, go for it.
You're gonna call me a sucker. I've been listening to Level 42.
Ooh,
have you heard of Level 42?
Yes.
No.
You fucking kick ass, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah,
it's a genuinely cool band.
I'm like, they're like, where were they from? They're from like Australia or some shit.
Yeah,
like
Australia.
Band. I'm like, yeah, like I'm
Level 42 kicks ass, dude.
Bruh, I was so geeked up listening to Level 42 the other day. I'm slapping this shit, and I'm looking at like people on like the side of the road, just like.
Bro, that'd be me in the car every time.
I felt like I was in, like when I was in my 20s, I used to roll the windows down and I would slap shit like that. And like I'm 30 now and I haven't done that in like 5 years, but I'm slapping some Level 42. Like,
oh man, I do that every day.
Yeah, I'd be doing that too, especially when I get out of work. I be
slapping music out the window every day.
Do you slap American Picurist XXX every day?
I have.
I still need to. That album genuinely grosses me out.
Yeah, man. I can't believe
I've definitely slapped that.
So everybody
Sam loves it, yeah.
Yeah, Sam from Frozen Soul gave me a actual endorsement and went on a podcast and said that it's her favorite thing. So Sam, I'm reaching out to you
Shouts out, Sam.
Would you like to come on the show? You are welcome.
You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, we are all. I mean, you know Sam, don't you, Logan?
I mean, she recognized me, but yeah, yeah, that's really all it takes, right?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, you're absolutely welcome to come on to the show.
They're the homies.
Anytime
they are, yeah.
You're always welcome. Keep going. Let's go. So we got Duendes. We got Ya La Llorona. I can't even say it.
Dude, I can't even say it either.
La Llorona.
There was a movie about that, was there not?
Yeah, they made a movie recently about it.
Was it good?
I heard it was scary
I
as
didn't
fuck.
see it.
It depends. It depends how deeply that shit resonates with you. I think it will determine how scary that film is. Because I have a cousin who said that, or I have a boy that said that shit was hella scary, but he grew up like scared of that shit. So,
damn,
yeah,
that's crazy. So what I want to know is what the fuck is a chupacabra?
We're gonna go into that one.
All right, let's go.
Because that's a very like well-known one, I would think.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'd at least heard of it.
Okay, so chupacabra means goat sucker in Spanish, and according to reports, the creature acts like a vampire, killing animals by sucking their blood. Though similar stories date back several decades, the first major wave of alleged chupacabra sightings came from farmers in Puerto Rico within the timeline of the 1980s through 1990s. So yeah, they're like legit. Apparently.
That's like a real thing then.
Yeah.
I think okay. So when they find those fucking like cows all the time, like in the U.S. that are like fucking like drained of
Disemboweled.
blood and disemboweled or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
and they're like, who did it? And like the incisions are perfect.
Yeah.
I think those are chupacabras. I think it's the same fucking shit. It's just like we think it's aliens.
I could
Like
see it.
there is something out there fucking up cattle and fucking.
I don't know
goats.
if y'all could see that.
Look at
That's
him.
what they look like.
I don't think he looks like that though.
Well, but like
You
an
know
idea.
what that looks like to me?
That looks like the
looks-
thing from Land of the Lost.
What's that?
Right?
What's that album of the fucking like three monsters that are like floating into a fucking like abyss thing?
Oh, fucking Massacre, right?
Yeah. Doesn't that looks like the
Oh.
fucking Massacre thing, doesn't it?
Dude, it does. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it kind of
real.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the album art. That shit looks like a chupacabra. I ain't gonna cap.
No, but hang on. I'm trying to find a good fucking picture.
I got one right here for you. Here, I'll get some chupacabra pictures too.
Ooh, this is a good one. Again, more or less.
Oh, like looking.
See, that's
all
what I
crazy
think
with
of.
the red eyes and shit.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of. Is that kind of thing. That's creepy.
Dude, no, for real it is.
Is that just a skinwalker though?
I don't think so.
Nah, that's like a completely different thing.
Okay.
All right, check this out.
Oh yeah.
Those kind of look more like
Aliens, if
more like
anything.
aliens or something.
Mm-hmm.
But here, check this out though. This is if realistically, I think this is what they might look like.
Oh damn, that's
Something
like,
like that, you know?
Yeah, that's vile.
that's actually fucking creepy.
Yeah, like fucking I believe in there is something doing that shit. There has to be something sucking the blood out of goats, sucking the
So
blood out of
okay, so
animals.
what does a person do if they run into it?
You gotta fuck it.
You got
Can a person-
You what?
Can a person
wait. You gotta what?
You gotta fuck it. You gotta overpower. You
Gotta
gotta
fuck it.
grab that motherfucker and you say you want to
Show 'em who's boss.
You gotta say, cool. Here's the thing. All right, it's something whose whole life is dedicated to sucking, right?
Mhm.
So how do you combat sucking?
You gotta suck back
With
No.
fucking. With
Oh
fucking.
shit.
You gotta fuck it.
That's a big brain move.
That
Yeah.
is a big
It's
brain
good. To
move.
me,
That's
it's
a
common
big brain
sense.
move. Yeah, no, see, yeah. That's crazy.
All it
wow.
does is suck, then you gotta fuck.
You gotta, yeah, okay. There's gotta be a balance.
Yeah, you gotta fuck that thing. You gotta hold it
Yep.
down, you gotta fucking
Just go ahead.
How did that face go? Do the face again. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
clip. I'm just gonna fucking edit a nonstop GIF of me doing that.
Right.
That'd be great. How do you get on the GIFs? Like, you know the GIFs that like Tenor? I think that's what like Samsung and Apple use. How do you
Oh,
get
yeah.
on there? Do you have to like contact Tenor and be like, hey, use this picture of me going like that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how that works.
I'm
I
not
usually
sure.
just type in what it is I'm feeling and hope what I'm thinking of comes up.
You just go on there and type in cock because that's what you're feeling.
Yeah.
And then a big
One
ol'
hand on my
schlong just
phone, one
comes
hand in
out.
my pants.
Yep.
Yep. That sums it up.
That's all day. I'm not gonna lie. I think
All
that
day.
shit's weird, bro. All right. I want
What
to talk
is?
about that too, because this is like a mini topic, like that I got to bring up because the
Okay.
topic comes up. But what's up with motherfuckers just having their hands down their pants, bro? Like that shit is not cool to me.
It doesn't have to be cool.
No,
It's
I'm
not meant to
talking
be
about-
cool.
I'm talking about it's like all right.
It's not
So-
meant to be cool.
So like I follow this Instagram
Bruh.
account. It's called Bums and Drones. And what
Bums
the
and
guy
Drones?
does, I don't know if you
Let me
guys have
see.
seen it. I'll share it in our group chat. But this dude flies a drone around a bunch of like bums and fucking he's just filming all sorts of different bums. And then there's another account that does the same thing. And fucking he sees this dude that just straight is chilling on a cold day with his hands down his pants. Like casually, just like hands like down the front of his pants, like holding on to like the outside of his Johnson. Guy isn't whacking off. He's doing it for warmth, it looks like, but that's so fucking weird. You don't do
Okay,
that.
that's not what I meant. Yeah, that is not what I
No,
meant.
because here's
You know
here's
how
what
when you got like the sweatpants or the jogger pants on, and
that's
you just
all
like,
right, all right. So here's I take it back to when I was 9 years old, and my grandma lived next door to my great aunt. They're sisters. They lived next door to each other in 2 apartments. So they had a back door that you go out of one back door and you go in. You're in the other one's house. So my one
Yeah.
grandma says, "Hey, I need you to go next door and ask for a cup of sugar." So I go, "Okay." So I go through the back door, I go through the other back door, and I go in. And my older cousin is over there, right? And like I don't
Mhm.
know this guy very well. I just know that because this is like kind of extended family. Like I was just
yeah,
getting to know him.
Yeah.
I like go over there and he's laying there watching fucking James Bond, and he's got his hand down his fucking pants, and I can see him fondling his balls on the couch at fucking my great aunt's house.
that's
and
weird.
and I was just like,
You're doing
like
too much.
he didn't know I was there,
Yeah.
but I think that's just weird to be chilling on the couch fondling your balls if
Okay,
you're
but
not
which
home alone.
which James Bond though?
It was a James Bond where they were in the snow.
So,
There was some skiing going on.
Do you know
in
who was
scene.
the James Bond?
That's all I remember is there was skiing going on and it was James
Okay.
Bond.
Well, it could have been anybody.
yeah.
Could have been anyone.
Yeah, that was weird. But
that
anyways,
powerful of a stance is really only acceptable for Sean Connery James Bond.
when you're completely alone, I think is the
When
only
you're
time
alone.
you can have your hand on your balls. And
For
maybe
sure,
maybe
yeah.
he thought he was alone, but
Maybe.
I mean, my great aunt was in the other room. I wouldn't put my
Yeah.
if someone's in the other room and there were no doors. It was like a big sheet that they have, in the hallway.
Oh,
Ooh.
So
that's risky.
Yeah. That's
risky
hella
business.
risky.
That's weird. Because someone comes in, they're like, "What are you doing?" And then you have to be like, "Nothing." But then it doesn't seem like nothing, you know?
you know what was crazy though? So I'm gonna tell you this. So my grandma's apartment was always very well lit, and I remember my great aunt's apartment not being well lit at all. And they were identical. Now that I think about the layout of them, that's pretty cool. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's move on.
Anyways,
Let's move on. So, anyways, what's going on with this chupacabra? What do you think the goat sucker is, Craw Daddy?
I don't know. I feel like to go into like a completely different subject, I feel like it's an escaped alien from Area 51
You really
that
think
got
so?
out.
is that a common, like, I guess, take on it?
That's my take on it. I don't know, like if it'd be common from like other people's perspective, but I feel like it's an escaped alien, and maybe like not just one, but like a good like dozen got out and have just been going across like farmlands, slaughtering these cows for like years.
When did they start? Like when was that in your
I saw that it started, or like it was prominent throughout the 80s and 90s.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where,
Okay.
So it's more a recent thing
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's been going on. That's fucking crazy. This is like something that's just been running, or maybe it's humanly like genetically designed or some shit, like one of those fucking things
Uh-huh.
that like we made.
That's scary
They
though.
made it. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Full circle.
Have they
Full
ever
circle.
caught one though?
Uh, I'm not sure. There's like cam footage, but I'm not sure how like real that cam footage is.
We won't
like,
know until one of them gets fucked. by me.
Oh, what were you gonna say, Logan? Damn.
Just
He's
trapping
like,
chupacabras and fucking them.
gotta risk it for the biscuit.
How much money would you make with a chupacabra porn site where you're catching them and fucking them?
Ooh. That's a real niche market.
Does
it
that
sounds
break
like.
bestiality laws? Because technically, it's not like a beast. It's just a.
I don't know.
What if it's
I don't-
consensual?
I think it would though.
You think it would break bestiality laws if you fucked a chupacabra?
Yeah, dude, it's like it's an animal.
What if it's consenting?
How would
Can
you
they
know
talk?
if it's consent?
Yeah,
I
you
don't think they could talk.
What if it goes? Because like they probably, I imagine. All right, hold on.
Because they got to mate somehow.
Before I do this,
Dude's trying to justify it.
before I do this, Logan. No, I want Craw Dad to do it, and then Logan, and then I'll do it.
Okay.
Craw
What's
Dad,
up?
can you make the sound that a chupacabra would make? What do you imagine it sounds like?
Here, it would probably sound something like. Oh fuck! Hang on, I was ready. Yeah, red. I don't know.
Like corn.
Sounds like
Yes, that's spot on.
Twist.
That's spot on. If it doesn't, okay, let me tell you this. If I ever happen to run across any chupacabras out here watching this,
Are you gonna fuck them? Is that what you're gonna say right now?
you know,
He's gonna go.
if
balls
they
deep
if
in
they
the
come at me
chupacabra,
with
that's what he's gonna
if they
do.
come at me with the twist lyrics,
If you've
I
had
might be
enough,
sold.
if you had enough IPA,
I'd be
Stone
impressed.
IPA.
Yeah, if I've had enough Stone
fucking
IPA and they
chupacabra.
got the twist lyrics, they're spitting twist lyrics, then I'm probably in, bro.
Okay, wait,
Dude,
but I'm gonna tell you
gotta
this
be.
though. All right, do you think Jonathan Davis is a chupacabra?
Dude, have you seen
I
the way
don't
that
know.
motherfucker looks?
Yeah, and he's wearing those fucking Adidas tracksuits with that crazy hair.
Bro,
So you don't think it's a you think it's a skin?
Maybe it's
Yeah.
not even chupacabras. It's just Jonathan Davis.
It's Jonathan
It's-
Davis
yeah,
doing all the
yeah,
blood sucking.
A
Porn.
bunch of Jonathan Davises escaped from Area 51,
Yep.
and they're just sucking all the blood out of animals across the country.
I think it's
That
him.
For
Actually,
real.
You know what?
That's the real freak on a leash.
Th- yes.
All right, I literally have. That's so crazy because I literally have a picture
Of a Jonathan Davis
Davis
Chupacabra.
chupacabra, and
Get
this
outta
is
here.
literally what he looks like. His
No.
real
Here
form.
we go.
Oh, let's go.
Oh shit, it's
Oh,
giant.
what the fuck is
This
that?
picture's
what the-
huge. I gotta fuck. I lost it.
Where'd it
I
go?
lost it. I lost the
It went
picture.
to the void. Oh fuck.
Trying to
Damn.
fucking I fucked
Goodbye,
it up.
Jonathan
I
Davis.
fucked it up. Okay, hold on.
Jonathan Davis is left.
God damn it, we lost Jonathan Davis.
Damn.
Wait, no,
Rip.
damn, dude, the timing was so good too. I was like, I have Jonathan
Fuck.
Davis right here.
Oh my god.
Fucking here's Jonathan Davis as corn.
Oh god, that's actually scarier
That's
than a
Chupacabra,
fucking
Jonathan Davis.
That's
Bro.
oh, I know what you did. That's dope.
I
Actually,
didn't do anything. I just
You
found
just
that.
found that?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you AI'd that shit.
dude, no, AI doesn't work that fast.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's
But that'd be
Jonathan
dope.
Davis.
Okay.
Dude, that's
Okay.
actually genuinely
Now,
terrifying.
would you still fuck the chupacabra if it turns out to be Jonathan Davis dirt riffs?
Is it regular old Jonathan Davis or is it South Park
No, that's
version Jonathan Davis?
That's Jonathan
Eh.
Davis.
Nah, I'm out. I'm out.
Really?
But I would at least like shake his chupacabra hand.
You hear that, Jonathan Davis? Dirt Riffs
Sorry.
doesn't want to fuck you, so stop re-releasing Adidas.
Stop
tracksuits
calling me.
in extremely limited quantities.
It's not the 90s anymore, bud. Quit it.
That shit pisses me off. They released the Jonathan Davis tracksuit, and I'm like, you know what? That's something I would actually buy. And then I go and look, and Korn was like, we sold it out already. I'm like, what the fuck? Then why do you even make a post about the shit after you sold it? We released it on the Korn web. Who the fuck in 2024 is on the Korn website. Like, no, shut up. Really?
No, I'm playing.
No,
I'm fucking
no.
around.
You know what?
Huh.
Real, like everybody wearing those fucking Korn tracksuits is a fucking dork. Is a fucking dork.
Yeah,
and they don't listen
I
to
agree.
real music. Because if it's 2024 and or 2023 when it came out, and there are all these other bands that are fucking dope as fuck that are out that are new, and you're
listening to fucking Korn. What the fuck are you doing?
to the point where you're refreshing their page for no reason.
For a
Like
tracksuit.
when a track, like not even knowing that, because they didn't announce the tracksuit, they put it out and it sold out before they even made the official announcement. That's why I was bummed, because I was like, oh, I'd cop that as a funny thing. Like, I'll be Jonathan Davis for Halloween. That's the only reason I would buy that.
Wear it on fluids when you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Like, I'd wear it.
Yeah.
You know, if
Make it a gag
Fluids-
thing.
And I don't know, but if Fluids ever does a live show, I will be dressed as Jonathan Davis one night. If that ever happens, I don't know.
That would go so hard.
That would go hard.
I will.
I'll like mosh extra hard for that.
I'll be like something.
Ah, yes.
Got the life. Got the life. God told me. I see the
Low-key.
light.
Korn do go hard.
That's a good song. Got the life swords.
Mhm.
Okay.
I love Korn.
Shoots and Ladders is generally a good track.
So, okay. So we got Chupacabras, we got Duendes, we got Yalorona,
Yeah, Llorona.
There you go. Fuck. And
Craw got it.
fucking that was it, right? Or do you got more?
I don't know. Did you want to go into the Kukui?
Yes. This is the one. I had my son saying that earlier today, and it freaked my wife out because
Oh, really?
my wife was babysitting. Well, it will tell the story first, and then I'll tell my story.
Okay. So then it says here, when night falls, El Kukui comes. He hides in your closet or under your bed. He can take the shape of any dark shadow. He watches you silently and waits for his moment to pounce. Then he will take you away to his lair deep in the mountains and devour you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so that's basically our version of the boogeyman.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most insane one.
Yeah.
That's the scariest one.
It's R. Kelly.
It's
He's trapped in the closet.
Trapped in the closet.
oh my
Stuck in the
god.
closet.
Closet.
Oh my
Is that
god,
man?
bro.
Was a midget. That's the hardest line on a trapped. You remember that? You remember that
No.
show?
Yes,
Did you ever
dude.
watch that Dirt Riffs?
No.
All right. We're gonna the three of us. We're gonna
The
do
fact
this.
that song's 18 minutes long.
I
like,
can't-
what the fuck?
So it's this song that R. Kelly made. I mean, R. Kelly's a piece
No.
of shit. It's a song though called "Trapped in the Closet," where it's like a 10-part music video, and it's about him being trapped in the closet, like fucking while he's banging this dude's wife, and the dude comes home and he's stuck in the closet. He's trapped in the closet, but it's like a whole story. And fucking, there's a part where the man comes home, and I think it was the man of the fucking chick or whatever. And fucking every episode, because they split this 18-minute song up into like 3-minute parts for each episode, and fucking one of them ends on the cliffhanger, and that man was a midget, and they cut to it, and I think he's like a midget cop or something. Or not, I mean, little person. That's. I'm just saying midget because R. Kelly said it. That's not
like
the right
in the
term.
lyric.
Yeah, I don't mean to offend anybody.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's saying that man
That is
was a
crazy.
midget. Yeah, we're gonna.
He did
we're
that.
gonna- it's a thing. It's a fucking. It was when R. Kelly was irrelevant, and then all of a sudden he drops this fucking like 10-part music video series, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is this?" I saw it on TV the first time. I saw it on MTV. Like they played
What
this
the
shit, and I
fuck?
was like,
What?
"What? Like what did I just see?" It was insane. But yeah, what the fuck was the last thing you just brought? I'm so fucked up.
Oh, it was El Cucuy.
El Cucuy. Okay, so my wife was babysitting this fucking kid of a dude that supposedly fucking supposedly had taken some lives of people. Yeah. The guy was
Uh-huh.
like a prominent dude, like he was like a dude that allegedly murdered
Okay.
some motherfuckers. So
Okay.
she had to babysit this dude's kids, and she said one night one of the kids gets out of bed and fucking just like walks out and says fucking starts pointing at like the corner of the room, like in the big living room, and started going kukui kukui
What the
kukui.
fuck? For
And
real?
my wife was like, "What the fuck?" and freaked out, rushed him back to bed, and was just like, she said, "I'm not watching this fucking kid anymore." But she was convinced that the house was haunted with like the souls of the fucking people that guy killed.
Get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's fucking crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that. I would not. Wait a second. Why? How do you end up in that house?
Her mom was dating the guy.
Damn.
Holy
And I'm
shit,
guessing
bro.
this was before the fact, right? That they knew.
Wait a second.
I don't know.
Have-
I don't know that. I
have
never
you-
asked the details really. Like,
Yeah. Have you
I
told
just-
me about this before? Is this
no,
is this
never
is,
told
is
you
this,
about this.
Okay. Whoa.
This is a new development.
New development. That's wild.
Yeah, that shit's pretty crazy. Like fucking kukui though. Yeah, that was the thing. And then
Yeah.
earlier tonight, I told my son, I was like kukui because you texted it, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, kukui, and my son's running around going kukui, and fucking, I was like, my wife's about to freak out. She's like, don't tell him to say that, and I'm like, oh,
Oh shit. She's all that's the red button.
Yeah, for
don't do that.
real.
That's crazy though, bro. It's because this thing travels in shadows.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. So that
Travels
makes a lot
in
of sense. then.
shadows and basically hides under the closet.
So
under
is
the
this-
bed.
Is this anything closely related to like shadow people or like the Hat Man?
It's similar in the sense that
Yeah, you gotta down 10 Benadryls and then you fucking see the fucker.
Get the fuck out of here.
he waits until you lay on your stomach and you put one leg up, you know, and then when your butthole is like spread a little bit, he just fucking dives right in you, bro.
And becomes you.
And he goes
Yes.
cuckoo, like so. The reason they call him,
No
the reason they
He's
call
like,
him,
"Cuckoo."
the reason they call him kukui is because the sound he makes when he goes in you. He goes, "I'm cooming," but it sounds kind of like cuckoo.
Horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, he's
That
cocooning in you.
sounds like a crime.
It's-
that sounds like a crime.
Dude.
Hey, man,
Especially
I
if
don't-
it's
I don't
not
make these
consensual,
rules.
dude.
I don't make these rules.
I don't make
Alright.
the rules. He
I don't
says.
make the rules. It's what he does. It's what happens. It's what
Everyone's got a
comes around.
preference. Everyone's
he
got a
does. It.
preference.
He comes in. He swoops in. He takes the butthole.
And he cooes.
Hey man, I don't know about y'all, but El Cucuy be looking pretty thick as of late.
Yeah, he'd be pretty thick. He got the meat to clap the heat. You know what I'm
Reese's.
saying? He
Yeah.
comes in. That's what he does. He comes in. He hits you like Craw Dad. He hits you like Craw Dad. He goes, hey.
He goes like, "Hey,
He hits you with that. He goes, hey.
hey."
He hits you. He comes in and he just
Who invited this guy?
All right.
Right.
So I wanted. All right. All right. This is a good transition. I'm ready to transition. Are you? Was that the last? The last?
Yeah, that was the
we
last
had?
one.
All right. I'm ready to transition because this is in the same vein of shit. With a heavy, heavy dose of skepticism. I love. All I gotta say though, real quick, is before we go into this next one, I want to have a word from our sponsor. Okay, so I want you to read the ad like your dog died. Okay? You can do it
Like I'm sad?
like you're sad as fuck. Like read it like your dog just fucking died.
Okay.
Dude, you can't smile. You can't laugh. Why are you laughing? You're a
It's gonna
sick
be
fuck.
So hard.
All right, read it like your dog died.
Hey, you. Listening to the 3Daddy podcast right now. Listening to us talk right now. Do you like heavy metal, punk rock, or just any type of music in general? Well, if you do, my fucking dog just died. I'm sorry. That's all I could think in my head. Oh my god.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Well,
It's
if you- Oh my
the ad
god.
read isn't done yet, motherfucker. Keep reading it.
Well, if you do, you should head on over
Keep reading the fucking ad.
www.nightshiftmerch.com. That's www.nightshiftmerch.com. The exclusive merch store distro for the Black Dahlia murder, Cradle of Filth, Napalm Death, Suffocation, Cro-Mags, Revocation, Chemists, and more. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, shorts, sweats, music, you
Like your
name
dog
it.
died.
It's
Like
all
your dog, like your dog died. Keep
It's all
reading it
waiting
like your
for
dog
you.
died.
At night, www.nightshiftmerch.com. You can even find t-shirts of Mavis naked. That's right.
So you're not sad
Mavis.
enough. You're not sad enough.
Mavis naked. As well as all the other great shirts from Fluids. So what are you waiting for? My dog just fucking died. Go look, see my boy Mavizzle. Hang dong at www.nightshiftmerch.com.
I wasn't sad enough. That was fucking garbage, dude.
Yeah, that was horrible.
And we're back. I have the ad just played. Okay, so
Nice.
now
What a lovely ad.
and I do want to say
thought I was tripping.
no. I do want to say
Am I on the Truman Show?
no. I have
I was
to edit
like-
it in. I have to edit the ad. In.
I know.
Yeah, so that's why I say in a word from her, and then I seamlessly go in. But I do want to say that Stone IPA is the most amazing beer in the world. It makes this podcast would not exist if it were not for Stone IPA, the greatest IPA in the world.
Thank you,
Delicious.
Stone.
Absolutely amazing. So now here's what I'm going to say. I want to talk about the Warrens. And
Ooh,
yeah. Because
Backstory.
So, have you ever seen the movie The Conjuring?
Yeah.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Those were the two people that showed up in The Conjuring, and they fucking were like, "Hey, we're here to help you because we know these like entities. We know how to deal with them." And they were the two characters that were like mystics, that like kind of like helped everybody. They made The Conjuring. They made The Conjuring 2. They made Annabelle, the haunted doll. They made a whole movie about that. And then they did The Conjuring 3. The Devil Made Me Do It.
Right.
So I am gonna go balls to the wall right now. I'm not afraid of putting this shit on the internet. A lot of people are gonna be upset with what I say. The other
Go for
day,
it.
I never really looked up the Warrens. I never got into them really. But basically what Ed and Lorraine Warren were is they were a husband and wife that lived in New England, and they created an organization called the New England Society for Psychic Research. So Ed claimed to be a super Catholic man, super pious man who knew a lot about satanic fucking rituals. And not only this, when they really blew up, when they really got famous was during the Satanic Panic, which was in the 70s and 80s when
Mhm.
all sorts of bullshit was coming out. I'm going to get more into that in a second, but
Right.
what they did is he said he knew all sorts of stuff about demonology and how to exorcise demons and shit like that. And then Lorraine, his wife, who he was with, said that she was a psychic, so she had very strong emotions and feelings about shit. So I'm bringing them up because I recently watched a video. It just randomly came up on Reddit, and they were like talking about changing Annabelle from one box to another, because what Ed and Warren have, and they showed it in The Conjuring, like kind of like a fucking
It's a
room.
museum
It's like a museum, yeah.
where they keep all the artifacts.
So, and it's like, yeah, it's in the movie they kind of show it as like a room, but in real life it's a museum where they have all these different artifacts of satanic and crazy shit that is too
And
powerful.
when you walk in that room, you got to be careful when walking around, because if you accidentally bump into something, you're fucking cursed for life.
You're cursed for life, bro. You're gonna
like
get
that
the
shit
curses
will
on you.
latch onto you.
Right. Right.
The demons will latch onto you, right? Because it's latched onto all this shit in this fucking room. Okay. So here's what I want to say about this shit. These, I don't know. I really don't know, because they have the fucking Annabelle doll in there. They have the fucking a bunch of other random shit in there that they've gotten from people. And then it's hard for me to like figure out where to unpack this. So the video I was watching was them changing Annabelle from one thing to another. And then I was like, oh, I want to find the full-length video of this, because they're acting like, oh my God, like they're moving like nuclear radiation. From
I almost
you
feel
know?
like I might have seen this before.
So then I go on YouTube and I sent you guys a message because I start watching this video, and then every single comment on this video, it's a 3-hour long video of these paranormal guys that went to this fucking place, and they brought a bunch of like shit, like, devices, and they started asking all these questions and doing all this shit to like the ghosts. And it's a 3-hour long video, and all the comments underneath this video say, I do not accept any of the curses that are, in this video. I do not. And I messaged you guys. I said, look at all the mentally ill motherfuckers in the comments section of this YouTube video, because they are so convinced that watching a YouTube video is going to permanently curse.
It's going to curse them.
But it says in the middle of the video, and this is why I realized it says, so 3 steps before you get into the following portion of the video. Make sure you either verbally or say in a text or write it down somewhere that you do not accept any of the curse. And I'm like, these motherfuckers, they're just trying to get more engagement on their video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But check
And
it
it
out.
worked.
It obviously
but
had
it
to have
kind of
worked.
like, it makes the video a little more spooky. So they go in there and they set the
Right.
shit up, and they have the beepers and the fucking, oh, look, we can see a stick figure sitting here, and fucking, they do all this shit. And they go and they're asking questions, and they're like, oh, this, that, things saying names. And it's like, okay, like I kind of believe this shit, right? But then I look up the story about this. So they're right before they do their whole paranormal investigation or whatever. The guys are like, we've never had anybody investigate this museum. They're like, we've done it before, and we decided we don't want to fuck with this. You are going to be the only people that are going to do this. These guys have millions of views on YouTube, so it's like, okay, it's good fucking what's it called for the museum? Good coverage or
Publicity.
Publicity, exactly. So fucking they go, before you go in the museum, we have the guy from The Devil Made Me Do It. And it's a real life case of this motherfucker that he was a normal ass guy. Supposedly his girlfriend. So he had a girlfriend. He was 16 years old. He had a girlfriend who was 24. These are the real facts. This isn't the way they paint it in the movie. He was 16. His girlfriend was 24. Her little brother was possessed by a demon. And he went over there and he fucking grabbed the fucking grabbed the kid. He was like 8 years old or something. And he fucking said, deal with a real man or some shit or whatever, right? And fucking the demon went into him at that point. And then when the demon goes into him, fucking nothing happens. Time goes by. they're at a party and his landlord happens to be there. He has a disagreement with the landlord. Landlord grabs onto fucking his little sister, little cousin or something. He stabs the motherfucker to death.
What the fuck?
So he stabs the guy to death. And then they find him. He stabs the guy, takes off, walks off into the fucking middle of nowhere, right? And then they find him the next day. The cops find him, and he goes, "I don't know what I did." That's what first thing he says to the cops. So he gets 2 fucking lawyers and convinces the fucking lawyer, or tells the lawyers, "Hey, like, that kid was possessed by a demon. The demon went in him, and then fucking it was the demon that made him do it. The devil made him do it, hence the name, you know." And
Right.
fucking Ed and Lorraine were like, in real life, this is a real story. The movie's about this. Fucking Ed and Lorraine went and they fought for this guy too, for the publicity, because they knew the more clout that they got from doing this shit, more people would fucking know who they were.
Mm-hmm.
The reality of this shit is it sounds like some crazy ass defense that this motherfucker tried to come up with. I mean, do you believe that shit?
There's a fine line, I feel like, because it almost feels like, I feel like you're almost like, it's almost like pleading insanity. I feel like you never actually really know, you know?
Yeah, but they threw it out. They gave him fucking like 3, I think it was like 3 to 5 years, and he fucking got out on good behavior. They let him out, and they said they'd never seen any case like that, and I think it was just I think it was a combination of 2 things. I think, one, it was a very smart lawyer that knew he could get this guy off, and 2, I think it was a fucking it was Ed and Lorraine trying to get publicity by latching onto this dude that had this story, and they fabricated more shit. And that's what makes this video to me lose credibility of them going around. Like, yeah, it's really weird. I feel like it could be scripted. Lily White, our good friend,
Oh yeah, I remember this story.
has a ghost hunter story, and he needs to come on and tell the story on here. I'll have him come on.
Dude, he does.
But I want to have him come on because it's like, dude, come on. This shit ain't real. This shit ain't fucking real. It's a fucking doll. These motherfuckers are grifters.
Well, is that the case though? Because I mean, I don't know, man. I definitely believe there's like ghosts and shit.
Yeah, there has to be spirits.
Like, I definitely believe that's real.
I believe there's shit that we don't understand, but I'm gonna tell you this.
I remember. Oh, go for it.
So apparently this Annabelle doll, there was a guy that went up to it. He tapped on the glass because it says "do not touch the glass." He tapped on the glass. He looked at it and he talked some shit to it. And the Warrens, they tell you before you go in, or the people that run the museum now, they tell you, picture yourself in a bright light and always ask for permission if you try to speak to any of these things. You always have to say, "In the name of Jesus Christ, I am asking you to take a picture. Is it okay?" You know, like, you have to do that. Otherwise, it's going to curse you. So they said there was this guy that fucking went up, tapped on the shit, fucked with the shit, and was basically like, "This ain't shit, whatever, da da da." Gets on a motorcycle with this fucking lady and just starts smashing back home. And this is a true story too. Motherfucker crashed into a tree and his girlfriend survived, ended up in the hospital. But
he did not.
No, with this true story. Guy died.
Damn.
So one of the guys that works there, that is one of the top curators that was trained by Ed himself or whatever. He was like, "I was a young boy riding in a car and I saw the motorcycle zoom by." So I'm like, okay, and then check this out. So when they had the "devil made me do it" guy in there sitting with them, like when they're talking to him and everything, this motherfucker had the same face OJ makes when he talks about how, "if I did it." He was sitting there so smug, like, "I got away with murder, motherfucker." Like, he's like, "Yeah, there's some powerful stuff in there." And he's sitting there just like, you know, it's like, bruh, That
Fucking-
sucks. They endorsed a murderer. That motherfucker
Dang.
killed somebody, bro. I don't believe in none of that shit. You know, the only reason I don't believe in none of that shit, I believe if you stir some shit up, you're probably gonna get some energy. Maybe there are real
Yeah.
things there
Valid.
that were
Valid.
owned by somebody at some point that's gonna stir something up. I
Yeah.
believe in that.
Yeah.
But I also believe that all this like random shit isn't real. When I did the show Late Night in with the Crypt with fucking Late Night in the Crypt with Crypt Keepers, the more and more research that I did and tried to find the truth about ghosts, the more I realized it's a bunch of people with fucking mental illness in forums that are just feeding each other's paranoid fucking ideas.
I
a
don't
shame.
know though, man. Yeah, I don't know. You don't. So you're telling me you don't believe in that kind of shit at all?
Dude, I you know what? I'm gonna bring back Late Night in the Crypt, and I don't know if you guys want to do it with me. I'm fucking more than happy. If we
Fuck,
can
that'd
just
be
talk
cool.
I'd be
about
down.
ghosts and shit every week, I will bring up ghost videos every week, and you guys try to convince me that ghosts are fucking real.
See, that's hard to do with videos too.
Yeah, you can't
Videos,
really.
experiences, any of that. Give me some verifiable proof that isn't just my.
I do
my
have
brain.
I do have one story that I can think of off the top of my head that might be construed as drug related,
Yeah,
but
that's well, that's-
everybody saw the same thing.
I think you told us this story.
I think I did. Everybody was we talked about thizzles earlier. Everybody was rolling. I wasn't there for this, but I was told the story by numerous people at different times.
You weren't there for it.
I wasn't there, so I don't know. But
But you know,
they
from
said
the
they said
outsiders'
they
point.
all saw the same thing in the same exact spot at the same time.
Something
there was nothing there.
disappeared, right in front of people.
There was a person there in like Little House on the Prairie attire. You know what I mean? Like bonnet, long sleeve shirt, dress, just standing there.
Could have been a fucking weirdo. I was at Costco earlier today, right?
Yeah,
There was this guy dressed like Luffy
Luffy. What the fuck? Are you
from
serious?
fucking One Piece.
I
Guy
seen
had
that.
the fucking straw hat on. He had the
Yeah.
gloves on. He had everything on. Now check this out though. This is like what pisses
And
me
it's
off.
pronounced Luffy.
Luffy. Fuck Luffy. Yeah, fucking Luffy. He puts a
Hold
loop
up.
in his ass. So-
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
So I'm at Costco, and this Luffy motherfucker is in there looking all Luffy, and he's in there. I'm like, this guy's a weird motherfucker. He looked at my wife, and I was like, maybe I'm just being paranoid. I'm like, either
Yeah.
way, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna grab the milk. It's kind of heavy. I don't want to make my wife do it. So I tell her, all right, hey, I'm going in. You stay here with the boy. And she has my son. I'm like, okay. So I go in. I grab the fucking milk. I go back, and I put the thing in, and then we walk down the. And this is what drives me nuts about my wife. She doesn't tell me shit until like way after the fact. I put the milk in the thing. We go down the aisle. The guy's completely gone out of sight, and I'm kind of like looking like, where is this motherfucker? He's kind of weird
Oh
dude.
God. He
My
already said something to her.
No, he was standing there. My wife was like, dude, he was standing there like by the fucking eggs, just staring at me with his hand on the eggs, just like not moving and like
What the
frozen for a good like 10 seconds.
Fuck.
And I was like, because my wife has a fucking Demon Slayer purse with a fucking little chibi, like.
So he
anime
thought he was
character.
being cool. He thought he was being cool.
But he was like staring at her like, and I was like, I
Yeah.
wish you would have said something, because if I would have known, I would have said, stop looking at my wife, you fucking nerd.
Yeah. I mean, it had to have been an anime thing, bro.
I don't give a fuck. Anime is so common.
Yeah.
Dirt Riffs in motherfucking Idaho watches Chainsaw Man. You said
Dude,
the
I love Chainsaw Man.
You said the Chainsaw Man reference last week.
I
and
love
didn't-
Chainsaw Man.
I didn't bring more attention to it, but I've been thinking about that. And you said Denji did it. And I was like, motherfucker, yes, you're right. Like I
He
love
did.
Chainsaw Man.
He did. That's one of the
yeah.
best animes.
Baki.
If you ask me,
Have you seen Baki?
I love Baki.
Dude, Baki
It's
is
so awesome.
dude, the fucking robot, the fucking
Wait,
biting robot.
I might have not got as far as you have, but I
Okay.
watched the whole first 3 seasons.
Yeah. This is manga.
Is
The
this
manga I'm
Baki
talking
Hanma?
about. No, this is the manga I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, dude, oh my lord. Yeah, Baki is fucking fantastic. I love anime, man. I love fucking anime. My wife's more into the manga than me.
When it comes to anime, it's like, for me, I grew up on the staples, you know, Pokemon.
Dragon Ball Z.
I wasn't allowed to watch it, but so that was kind of like the forbidden fruit. I still haven't seen Dragon Ball Z.
No,
I still haven't seen Dragon Ball Z. I've seen a lot of Dragon Ball. I've seen a lot of Dragon Ball.
We need to watch Dragon Ball Z, bro. It's so good. The first time, so what got me in anime was like when I turned 18, I like lived with my cousin for a while, and he had a lot of weed like all the time, and I was just like really getting into smoking weed, and I remember he was like season 3 Dragon Ball. Just watching the shit because he had it all downloaded on like a hard drive, like every episode of Dragon Ball.
Nowadays, you can just go to Crunchyroll.
Yeah, and he had it on his TV, and I remember like I would just get ridiculously fucking stoned off my ass, and it would just be on, and I'm like, what the fuck is this like crazy cartoon?
Yeah.
It was animated like Beavis and Butthead.
Dude, that's some true Cali shit, bro.
Dude.
That's some true Cali shit.
I just remember watching like Frieza for the first time and just being like, what the fuck is it's so mind blowing. Goku, like I hadn't been introduced to Goku. I hadn't been introduced. It was Krillin and Gohan, like the fucking weaker characters at that time. They're the weakest characters, and they're fucking fighting Frieza, who is like fucking this crazy motherfucker who destroys planets and shit. And fucking Goku is like in a fucking like healing box for like 10 episodes. And I just, from that point on, I was hooked. I ended up buying all the DVDs. I have the whole DVD box set of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. If you come to visit, if you come and crash with us for a little bit, like we're going to get high.
Oh shit. Dragon Ball. Hell yeah. Yes.
That sounds like the plan.
That's it.
Cause so what's funny, it's funny you mentioned getting ridiculously stoned and just watching anime, because that's, like I said, I don't normally watch anime. So when I do, it's because I get a wild hair at my ass. And the last time that happened, honestly, what got me into anime again was acid. I'm not even gonna lie. Attack on Titan and acid was
fuck that. I would be fucking terrified.
Dude,
I would think this shit's really happening.
Yeah, I'd be like cowering in fear.
Oh my god, it was
incredible.
incredible.
Are coming to get me.
It was incredible.
What's it called? On the topic of anime, I've only seen 3 anime series: Cyberpunk, the OG Berserk, and Neon Genesis.
I haven't seen Cyberpunk yet, but I've heard good things.
It's good.
Evangelion.
Hell yeah, dude.
I watched a classic the other day. I watched Spirited Away.
Did you watch that part?
Yeah.
Oh, when he fucking jacked off on the fucking
yeah.
Dude, what a weird cartoon. Like, what a
weird show. Dude. Like, why the fuck?
Have you seen that?
Super unnecessary.
No.
Evangelion?
No.
I was like,
dude,
why?
There's a scene where like one of the main characters is just like he like loves this chick, but she's like in a coma, and he like whacks off to her while she's in a coma, and then it cuts to his hand covered in jizz, and he goes, "I'm so fucked up."
What the
watch Evangelion.
Oh
I don't even know. Evangeline is what I always called him. That's totally wrong. But Neon Genesis, yeah.
Did you ever see Spirited Away? That was the one I watched the other day.
Oh yeah, no, Studio Giblets. I love all their movies.
Yeah.
Wait, Spirited Away is which one again? What happens?
The little girl.
She's like she's not a maid, but she kind of becomes.
Oh yeah, okay, I've seen that one before.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one.
That one I saw last year.
I like Totoro.
Yeah.
Don't rule. And you know what I really love too is Ponyo. I don't know if you've seen Ponyo.
I've heard of
Ooh,
Ponyo.
I've seen
Ponyo,
clips
Ponyo.
of
Do you
it.
know?
Oh.
Do you know about Hamtaro?
Man, fuck Hamtaro. That was like Hamtaro was like wannabe Ghibli, bro.
I
Like,
had a homie who used to try and tell me when we were kids, bro. He'd be like, "Dude, Hamtaro is the shit," and I'd be like, I went over and watched it. I was like, "What the fuck, bro?
like this shit is trash. Like Samurai
is
Jack
whack.
is fucking a real cartoon.
Yeah, straight up, straight up."
Yeah, fuck that. Nah, man, fucking yeah, no, those movies, Kiki's Delivery Service, that's a good one. Fucking
That's a good one, too.
what else?
yes.
Howl's Moving Castle. I haven't seen that one. I still have to
I haven't
watch
seen
that.
that either. I
I
know
need to
about
watch
that one. I
it.
just haven't seen it.
Here's what I recommend doing, Dirt Riffs. 1 month, subscribe to HBO Max. And
I have
binge-
HBO Max.
It's on. They have all the
Yeah,
Ghibli
all of
movies
them are
there.
on there.
Okay.
They have the whole collection. So yeah.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah, you got to watch Ponyo. So Spirited Away is, I want to say, one of my top 3. A lot of people say Howl's Moving
is
Castle
great.
is better. It has that whole like adventure thing. The other ones, Ponyo, I mean, they're all just good. You got a kid, watch it with your kid, and it'll create core memories.
You know, the one I will say that I do miss, and it might be kind of niche,
Which one?
is, and I thought it was a great movie, the Digimon movie.
Bruh, you lost me there, Daddy.
Dude,
I was a Pokemon.
you don't think that was a good movie?
When I was a kid, I was Pokemon and partial to Yu-Gi-Oh, but I was always fuck Digimon.
Same, but I was never fuck Digimon because the
I don't
show
think I ever
was
saw
top
Digimon.
I
shelf.
didn't even bother watching it. I remember
Really?
Digimon, Digital Monsters, and I was like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, it was slightly whack, but for the song at least.
Now,
But I mean,
now
what anime
I'm
isn't?
open-minded to it though.
No, if you go back and watch the first Digimon movie, it's actually pretty intense.
Where do I start with Digimon? Do I watch the series?
See,
or
I don't
watch
know.
the show?
I would just watch the first movie because
You
that's
know?
what I remember the most. Honestly,
I'm
and it was
31 years
incredible.
old, and I'm ready to like dive into Digimon.
Wait,
You
you're
sold me.
31?
Yeah, man, I'm 31.
Dang,
How old are
I might
you?
be 31.
Wow.
I might be 31 too. I thought I was 32 for the last like
Dang.
month. I don't know though.
What year were you born?
91
What month?
February.
Wait. Yeah,
I'm 31 or 32.
You're turning 33.
So yeah, okay. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Weird. Is so side topic then. Isn't that crazy how, when you're a kid and you ask like an older relative something like that and they're like, "Oh, let me think about it." You're like, "How do you have to think about that? Your age."
Like, bitch, I'm 5.
Yeah, bitch, I'm 4, motherfucker.
I'm fucking
No.
5.
Bitch, I'm 3.
Yeah,
How the
like
fuck
come
do you
on.
not know how old you are?
Yeah, but yeah, I honestly, I'm not even gonna front. I've spent the last couple weeks thinking I was either 31 or 32. I never took the time to
Yeah,
actually
now
figure
you're
it out.
33. You know what? That's funny because I was somewhere fucking earlier this year and they asked me how old I was and I was like, I'm 30. And my mom's like, nah, you're 31. And I was like,
Yeah, weird, right?
oh, fuck.
Weird. It's those moments, dude. It's those moments where you're like, what the fuck?
I can't believe I made it to 30. Like, I feel like
Hey,
it's a whole accomplishment.
Cheers, boys.
I don't give a
Cheers
fuck
to that.
anymore.
Cheers.
I'm going
We
to take a
grown ups
piss.
now.
Let's get ready to segue.
Yeah, for sure.
Segue into.
Segue. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I feel like,
Extended?
yeah, is it?
Ooh, I don't know. I think so. We didn't really talk much about the Warrens.
Yeah, we didn't. That was kind of like cut short.
So
of the...
they were the Conjuring movies is what they were based off of.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay. I mean, I remember. So when it comes to like, I guess from my standpoint, the best way I can put it is I watch horror movies. I wasn't completely familiar with the story until it was talked about, but
Mhm.
I remember the movies being really great,
Yeah, the movies were good.
really
I
good.
liked them. Mhm.
And I didn't. The Annabelle doll is what's related to that. So I've always thought that's kind of fucking creepy.
You know what's funny?
Huh.
I have a like good story about like those movies. I remember back in high school, I didn't want to go with my friends to see the movie, and then the next day they're all like, "Oh yeah, Andrew, since you didn't come with us yesterday, we brought the movie to you." And then they fucking lock the door to the room, turn off all the lights, and they're all like, "Okay, now you're gonna watch it with us." And I'm like, because
Dang.
I do not do good with like scares.
Really?
Yeah, jump scares I can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
See,
dude.
I don't mind that shit. I always just like anticipate it. Like if I feel like one's coming up, I'll be like
Yeah, me like
closing
I'll
my
fucking
eyes,
uh-huh. I'm
stonewall
just
it
like
kind of.
fucking I remember one time I went over to my friend's house and then she loves like scary shit and then she's like, don't freaking like close your eyes, what the hell? She's like, watch it. I'm like,
No,
no,
those
dude, I'm
Conjuring
scared.
movies were good though.
They were though. I need to definitely go
They were
back
all
to
pretty
them.
good, I would say.
All right. So you said, wait, what'd you say about jump scares, Craw Daddy?
Nah, fuck
You don't.
you.
He he
Don't,
already knows.
don't,
Nah,
don't,
it's
don't,
okay. All right.
No, it was a
don't.
good one. It was a good one. It was a
So
good
let's
one.
segue. We're gonna segue. Okay. So Craw Daddy's like doesn't even want to look at this shit.
Dude, I don't.
Wait, did
I'm
you?
like,
Why you keep turning around?
you're gonna put something on the fucking screen, dog.
No,
No, it's
dude,
it's
Craw
cool.
Daddy.
It's nothing you've never seen.
We're
It's
gonna
nothing you've never
segue.
seen.
We're gonna segue. It's just my cock.
Yeah.
Okay, that is pretty
Yeah.
scary. But
Craw Daddy won't even look.
And it
Craw
shows up
Daddy.
again.
Craw Daddy. All right. Look, I'm not gonna
I'm
do
dead.
nothing
I'm
to
dead.
you.
I'm dead.
I won't
We've all
do
heard you.
anything. Look,
okay,
all right. But all I gotta say, Craw Daddy.
dude, I'm sorry. It's because it's fucking, dude.
Open
I
your
blame my
eyes.
aunt.
He's a scary
oh my
fella.
god, bro! Why did I get scared of Chris Barnes, bro?
He's
Are
a
you
scary
You
fella.
scared of
Why
Chris
did I
Barnes?
fucking-
He's
why
a
did I
scary
just
fella.
jump, dog? What the fuck?
Did you really just get jump scared by Chris Barnes after turning around expecting Chris Barnes?
Wait,
You're expecting
have you
something?
guys seen him in real life?
Dude, if I saw him in real life, it would probably be the last thing I ever saw.
Honestly, I will tell you this. One of the most memorable death metal shows I ever went to,
Stop.
Oh no! Oh, no.
Christian, Abysmal Dawn, Decapitated, and 6
Okay.
Feet Under. And 6 Feet Under was the headliner.
Did they actually kick ass?
Well, if you were to go back about 16 years and ask, now that I know that I'm 32, if you were to go back 16 years and ask Dirt Riffs, he would say yes.
He would say
It was
yes.
sick.
Fuck
It was
Chris
sick.
Barnes.
It was sick.
I could talk.
It was a
about Chris
badass
Barnes
show.
all night.
Dude, I know, for real.
I know you could, but I will always have that 2006 Monsters of Death shirt that I got in Orangeville.
Dude, what a badass fucking core memory right
Well,
there.
Dude.
everybody, it was a wonderful episode of the 3Daddy podcast.
It was
We are
fun.
now going to do 3Daddy Extended. We're going to talk about our extendo cocks.
Can we call it extended? Extended.
If you wanna see my extended Ed Warren penis that has a demon attached to it, subscribe to the 3Daddy podcast, and then you
Well,
can
this
watch
is
us.
gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be pretty epic. So it was an absolute pleasure.
As always.
And we will see you next week, or we'll see you on Patreon right now on the 3Daddy podcast.
Ooh, yeah, boy.
Hope to see y'all there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Daddy.